Streaming, recording. We might have people waiting in here. Oh, man. Something you said a few minutes ago, Anthony. I'm just laughing at. Okay.
Oh, man.
Let's try to get everybody in here.
Sometimes you just have to.
Where is everybody?
You know, you recorded this in 1080p, but I was having a hard time stretching the video to get into our stupid bubble over here.
Oh. I mean, this game...
Switch, right?
Yeah, it's the Switch.
30 FPS, that's what it looks like.
The game's pretty, boring anyway, but it's just a little kid's game. But I just figured, I was going to play it anyway.
I don't understand what it is with the crappy animations, man.
Everything looks stupid now.
Oh, we got the Alchemist in the live chat room. We have RWK88 in the chat room. What's going on, guys?
What is up?
Should I repost this? Because we got to get people in here.
Yeah, everyone's taking their sweet time tonight.
No, people are coming in. Richard's here. What's
going on,
Richard?
We have to talk about the Twisted of Metals.
Yeah, finally.
Oh, yeah.
Part of in time. Oh, man. RWK and Richard are always arguing.
The feud.
Yeah, let me go on here. Is this the right... I pasted the Rob Van Dam match to Mike before. I don't want to paste that, and the thing is like we're live and it's an AEW clip.
Oh, Abo's here. Hello, Abo.
Yeah, Abo, who spent the $95 on Ninja Turtles.
No. Did you buy those? Oh.
He bought all of them.
Hey, how much did it cost? Because I read on the internet that it was like $60. Is that true, or am I getting false information here?
Damn. Was it a collection?
No. They're in Street Fighter 6 now.
They added the turtle costumes or whatever, but they're only for certain modes and they cost a lot of money.
Like, is it in a pack? Like a...
No. They're separate, like Fortnite.
Yeah.
So if you want the Ninja Turtles and their costumes, they're not even actual turtles.
Yeah.
It's $60.
That's what they're saying.
What is this, Dead or Alive?
Oh, you didn't buy them? Dang. I was hoping somebody did.
We got people in here. So, hello and welcome to Game Complainers, episode 504. I'm your host, Barry.
Co-host, Anthony.
And Frank.
And tonight we got the Alchemist, RWK88, Richard, Abo, Hockey Fan is back, Cannibal Rituals here. And did I mention Abo?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Just hanging out.
What is going on? So, what is up? How many
Turtles are in Street Fighter.
When are we going to get Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter? I've been waiting for like 30-something years now for this.
That'd be awesome.
Hopefully at some point.
We got Mortal Kombat versus everybody else. Where's Street Fighter at? I have my microphone.
I feel like they just shoehorned the Turtles in because Mortal Kombat's adding all those like guest characters, so they're like, oh no, we have to put something into our game to keep it relevant.
Yeah, but Ninja Turtles is also in the theaters right now, and apparently it's killing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's doing good.
Why don't we start with, now that we can all talk about this, Twisted Metal, the TV show. We'll talk about this one last time.
Yeah.
Until next season.
Yeah, so I guess, if you guys haven't watched it yet, then wait and then come back, or mute it and come back. I don't know, because we'll talk about spoilers, I guess. Yes. Even though it's not like anything that's really like crucial. It's not like it's something where it seems like they made, a more deeper story than what was in the games in terms of like, there was just kind of like a basic structure, and then they were able to kind of make it its own. They try to build a universe around it, which is pretty different. It's a different task for a video game adaptation, because if you're taking like something like Resident Evil or even like Last of Us, it has like a story, it has like multiple entries. Twisted Metal has multiple entries, but the story is very like loose. So like there's stuff going on, and there's like the main tournament and stuff like that. Obviously, Calypso, there's the character changes, but it always changes, and it's never really consistent with like the characters they keep or the designs, or so it's very like easy for them to adapt something like this when you look at it with how they did it. And I really enjoyed it. Surprisingly so, like I kind of just watched like 90% of it in one sitting, because it was really entertaining. And I thought the actors really held it together, and it didn't really seem like it was cheap. It seemed like they actually put like money into it. And I don't really know what else they could have done that would have been, close. Obviously, they have, their own characters they're kind of putting in. This is a lot of setup in this season, but man, this was a really enjoyable show. I'm going to be getting this when it comes out, physically. Just being a fan of Twisted Metal, it really brought back a lot of memories, and it also made me just want a new game, like now. So I really did enjoy how the actors really held it together, and how Quiet and Roadkill was basically, or like if you want to call him John Doe, you know what I mean? But if it's basically like their story, going through tragedy together. And then I like the fact that everything stopped in 2002. I thought that was kind of funny, because that's like the same year I got into Twisted Metal, or like the year before, kind of buying everything in the used bin at EB Games or GameStop. So it brought back a lot of cool memories. There's a lot of cool Easter eggs in here. But and some of it was kind of like, funny and hokey, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. And because Twisted Metal already does that, it kind of works. Where I feel like a lot of video game movies, depending on what the property is, it has to obviously play it very serious, or if it's like, I don't know, like even like Mortal Kombat, like the latest film, where it's like it tried to play it really serious, but a lot of it just was hilarious unintentionally. And then it makes you think, okay, there was some jokes in there, but like, it just, this found a good balance, basically. And I thought they did a really good job with how they had to set everything up, even with, Raven's character, which is Nev Campbell, how they kind of set up her whole, base that she has in, I believe, is it San Francisco, I think, or it's in California or something. Yeah. So that whole thing, and the milkman being, he's a milkman delivering stuff, has a certain amount of time. There's a time limit. They did a really good job. The music selection was cool too, because they kept it rock and metal and hip hop, but when it was really good, in that time. So I thought that was cool. And they just had a really different approach to this that I think made it work, and I found it really enjoyable. Honestly, this really caught me off guard with how much I did enjoy it.
Excuse me. I'll turn my air conditioner off. Shout out to Medea. Not the lady, the air conditioner. This show was fantastic. I gave it a 10 out of 10. At the end, you're like, what does Raven want to do with this guy?
Yeah.
Like, I was still like trying to figure it out. Dude, at the end, they just hit you with it. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah, it's like, this is where it's going. And I like the fact that we see a like post-apocalyptic world.
Right.
Because that it's very much like Mad Max, obviously. But there was supposed to be a post-apocalyptic Twisted Metal that got canceled. It was one of the games that got just, canned. And that was cool, because it really showed you what could have been. because it was literally called Twisted Metal Apocalypse, I believe,
Yeah.
and that's the game that got canceled. It was supposed to be on PlayStation 3. But yeah, I think they really showed that, everything ending and having that to kind of build this first season around. I'm just praying that we get a second season with everything going on. Hopefully we do.
Yeah, with
Nothing
this
gets,
writer's strike
canned.
crap.
Yeah. And because it set it up really well. I think the one thing that, like, for example, the Mortal Kombat movie did a similar thing where it tried to set up the tournament. The tournament wasn't in the movie, but it
Right.
tried to set it up for the sequel. But in my opinion, it didn't do it very well. I
No,
thought there was a
Jesus is
lot of
pissed about
things.
it. He wants me to
Yeah,
watch that movie still. He's like, you gotta watch it and rant about it.
yeah. It's just
I have it
like
on 4K, just never watched it.
it. It's kind of I didn't even really. I saw it twice. I saw it twice on HBO Max, I believe, and I just I don't know. I wanted to see if I would like it the second time, and I was like, man, I still did. But again, with the setup with this, they did it right, and I liked, um, Anthony Mackie's portrayal, and I thought he was a really good lead,
Yeah, he was
and
good.
I actually really didn't mind Sweet Tooth, with the Will Arnett voice, I didn't know how that was going to be or look.
Will
Or how
Arnett
they were gonna.
always seems to pull this, type of stuff off. Once he gets like
Yeah,
the source material, he's good. And I'm sure he played the game and got all the
yeah,
information he needed, and he nailed it. And Samoa Joe with the body, with the
yeah.
expressions and everything.
And the way they organically brought in characters and like the cars and stuff, uh, was awesome. And the soundtrack, just like the score, the music, because it was inspired by like early 2000s new metal and stuff like
Right.
that, was awesome. Again, like they
I
really
had like
had the.
90% of those songs already in my library.
I was gonna say I gotta actually, yeah, I either gotta find the soundtrack, like I'll buy the soundtrack if it actually exists, or if the files just exist. That I was thinking, I was like, man, when the credit song hits, I was like, these are really good songs, and I assumed it was like original material that they composed, which is really, again, cool because it's all like hip hop and trap club music nowadays in these movies and TV shows. So hearing something like this because of the setting and because of like the era that these games came from, it makes it feel more like a throwback in a good way because it's like he's using CDs that he finds, because there was no, there was nothing after everything went
Well, he was
down and
also
the system
finding
went
like
down.
collections of CDs and like, oh,
Yeah,
I'll listen
he
to
was
this.
just
Oh,
keeping it.
got
Yeah,
that one.
yep. It's like that's all you have because everything is down. It's literally like everything stopped in '02. So it's like all the artists, all the music, everything stopped. So you just had what was out there. And he's like, he opens the Cypress Hill CD on Christmas. It shows that little scene. Like little things like that are cool. They have like that era kind of interwoven within it, but it doesn't feel like it's just like, oh, this is a nostalgia rush. Like, no, it's just there and it's part of the show. And I like the fact that the cars all represent that era because like that's just where it was. So it's like, it's just funny. I was like, oh yeah, that's all just when when I was a kid, those are the cars. Those old school fucking like vehicles that had like the little stereos in them and shit like that. That's when they started to kind of get advanced a little bit more. And I don't know. I just thought they did a really cool job with the combat scenes. It didn't look like it was. It didn't look like it was too cheap. Like I said, like I know that the stuff on Peacock. I've never honestly watched anything on this streaming service. This is the first thing I've watched, but I'm happy that with like Sony behind it, obviously they have some money there. It's not going to be completely because the production company is, PlayStation, Universal. So it's all connected with that. And I think the money here was well spent. And yeah, just the way they bring in the preacher and Bloody Mary, obviously Agent Stone's a dickhead. Just the way they did everything. And then by the end, you're like, all right, like now we're really going to be, connecting all these characters out in the Twisted Metal tournament now that everything was established and we have this backstory now that already was kind of told about these characters, especially, John Doe and Quiet, but it's like you have that kind of thing that's already kind of layered for the second season, and that's why I'm just hoping it happens because man, like this next season will be all out like just tournament shit. Probably people dying, blowing up, like characters
Well, they
getting
built
killed
up.
off.
That's what I didn't see the Mortal Kombat movie, but this is what these movies, these TV shows and movies need. They need you to build up the first season to build the characters up, and then in season
sometimes
2 they
shows are
just
better.
they
Right.
hit you with the fact that okay, now we can actually start the show because you know where everybody is now. I thought that was brilliant. I thought it was fantastic because at the end I was like, because you go in knowing it's not going to be exactly Twisted Metal, and you accept it for what it is if it's good, and it was good. So I was like, whatever. And I'm like, what the hell does she want to do with this guy? He's moved into the neighborhood or whatever. And she's like, got to keep him happy and all this stuff. And then you find out at the very end, oh, no. He's going to be her pawn in the tournament. And it's like,
because
oh,
she knows that he's good at what he does because she was even like, man, like I've never
right,
had
but
someone actually come back.
you finally
know?
understand what's really going on. It's just setting up World Tour.
Yeah, exactly. And it has that layer of Calypso kind of like in the background,
Right.
and then you hear him through the through the speaker, and then you see him from the back, and yeah, they did a really cool job with setting all that up, and now we won't need to worry about I'm sure there'll be new characters that they'll bring in that we haven't seen yet and explain their backstories, but it won't be like so it won't be so backstory driven. It'll be more like, all right, let's show the tournament, let's show the different areas that we have.
I think
and it was gory too, which I like.
The characters in season 2 will be the throwaway characters, the ones that they bring in.
Well, they showed a bunch too. Did you see that where they showed Axel and stuff? Like they're getting
Axel's
ready
totally
for all
getting
that.
killed. There's no way he's gonna make that.
Did you like the Pizza Boy cameo from Twisted Metal 4? Did you like that?
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, the Pizza Boy. I'm pretty sure that was him because there was a driver in the fourth game, and it was like, and he just got like killed off in that scene, and I was like, that's so fucking funny. They put the Pizza Boy in there, like that's such a deep cut reference because like he was such a shitty character in the fourth game. Like he never came back, but he drove a pizza, pizza car. It was like a little like he had like shitty power too. Like he's not a character that you would want to pick. But I just thought that was funny that they threw that in there out of all things. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I definitely kept, going through the episodes. Callie liked it too, and she doesn't even know about the games really. She's seen me play the ones.
Yeah, my
on
wife too. She
PlayStation
never
5,
played the games.
Same here too.
She was for it after like the second episode, and it kind of went into the backstory, and it made you care about the characters, Oh yeah, and we accidentally watched we started with episode 2 accidentally because the USB when I put it in, it made episode 2, and I was like, oh, this is episode 1 because it normally puts it in order.
Right.
Didn't happen. I was like, what is happening right now? This doesn't seem right. It's picking up from like when Sweet Tooth is coming at them in the truck, and I was like, this is such a weird spot to start. But we didn't question it. Yeah, so that was kind of funny. But yeah, so I think as far as like the gore and the it being on a service, so they don't really have to worry about like ratings or anything. That's the best way to do it, because it gets dark, and Sweet Tooth is a dark character, so you have to have that like layer of gore and that crazy. Like one of my favorite openings of the episodes is when like he's a kid on the show, and it's like a sitcom, and he does away with the dog, and he fucking it's just like that was just so fucking crazy, and I was like, this is probably like one of my favorite intros on these episodes here because they always try to like just throw you into each episode, and there was very little. Obviously, there was some moments of like just hanging out, like it wasn't so much action, but it didn't really keep it slow at all. It really kept it going, and each episode's between 23 minutes to like 30 minutes, so it keeps a good length.
Yeah, it's 5 hours in total. The whole series.
Yeah, so it was. I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought.
I told you it was going to be good. Nobody believed me.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you kind of can't go into these video game stuff with high expectations anymore. But I think with Twisted Metal, the the material and the property wasn't really so hard to pull off because they had some wiggle room with characters and like building their own universe. They could do that. Some people might not like that as far as like it being like a Mad Max type world. But like, how do you expect this world to look? Like
Dreadpool,
in a
what's
world
up,
where
man?
Twisted Metal, like in a world where a Twisted Metal tournament would run, it would be a post-apocalyptic like
Well, originally it
environment.
was because the
You
whole
know?
point was the original story is Calypso's tournaments have destroyed like all the cities and everything
Yeah.
because of his contests and everything. So they just changed that a little bit, and it's perfect.
Yeah, it's like if this world were to come to that, there would be somebody like Calypso probably making a tournament, and it would make sense because it's just like someone that's just kind of messing with the authority of things.
Right.
And I think that's cool that they set that up because yeah, it's like there's going to be these different people that are fighting for power, and then the Stone story was kind of interesting too.
He was
'Cause
such
he's
a
just
wacky character, though.
Yeah, and he played Sandman, so I kept seeing like
Yeah, yeah.
him just turning into sand. He's
Well,
like,
I
yeah,
remember
so
him from some Sandra Bullock movie where I think they were reporters or something, and that's all I kept thinking. I was like, this guy.
was that in the 90s or was
Yeah,
that
it's
in
like in the '90s, I think. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Yeah, so but I mean honestly, like I was telling Callie this too, the like acting and the actors kind of held it together. So I really like that. And the vehicles and the characters were kind of just they were kind of like just organically put in. It wasn't just like,
I
all
don't know
right,
if
we're
you
gonna
caught it
throw all
though,
these
but all
characters.
the episodes are license plates. All their
Yeah.
license plates. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's cool that they really did put some thought into it, and they also tried with this, I think, and I've never seen, anything on the service, obviously, but I know it's not on the service in terms of if it gets a good budget or not. It depends on the studios behind it. It just depends on the streaming rights and the distribution of how they, put it out there. But as far as Sony being involved and, Universal and all that, I thought the money went to the right spot. And like you said, Perry, like some things work better as a TV show, or if you do a TV show, give it time and write it like a show.
Right.
So, because some people just write stuff like an extended movie and they just break it up and it still feels very like movie paced, where this was like, it was paced like a show and
Right.
it didn't overstay its welcome, and it knew what it had to do.
You got pretty
And,
in every episode. You got like I would say, I don't know. You got all the information. I don't know how to say this. I'm drawing a blank. You left every episode satisfied,
Yeah, you got
even though
what
you were
needed.
binge watching it anyway. Like
Yeah.
every episode was like, okay, that's awesome. Everything was good.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like it was, going
The
like
half
again,
an hour
it
thing really
was-
helped it. If it was an hour long, I think that's what would have fucked the whole thing up.
No, that's the problem that I think.
If
a
it
lot
was
of
an hour
HBO
long at
stuff
10
has.
5 episodes or 10 episodes, forget about it.
Yeah, HBO has that problem sometimes where it's like things don't have to be an hour each episode, but that's how their shows are because that's what they get paid to like
Right.
film. But it's like, man, some things don't need that, and this was good. I mean, I think if this raises enough interest, like man, if they really don't do this game now, because
They've been
this will
doing
get
the game.
people
The
into
thing
it.
is, though, they're doing a live service. I don't know if they're going to add a campaign now because of this. You know what would be cool, though? If they add the fucking people from the TV show into the game.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there's no
Like
reason
Anthony
why you
Mackie's
shouldn't have
character,
that.
like all this stuff would work beautifully.
Yeah, you can make him roadkill, and then you can give Quiet, because Quiet's gonna have her own car.
Now,
Like,
let
I
me
think
ask you
she's just gonna
something
be
about
out there.
Quiet. At first, I thought she was Calypso. Because of
Yeah,
the way
like
she
they
was
could've
dressed
did
with
a
the hair and
thin-
everything. I was like,
yeah,
she kind of looks like Calypso from the 2012 Twisted Metal. But they didn't go
Yeah.
that way. They went. And then when they got the package from Callisto Protocol.
yeah,
He sounded like a huge fat guy. He sounded like the Duke from Resident Evil. I was like, why does this
Yeah.
guy sound like this?
yeah. He kind of sounded weird at first. I was like, what are they trying to do here?
That's where you
Um,
could have had the guy that played the voice in Twisted Metal 2 and 3 and 4. You could have had him do a little cameo,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the setup was actually pretty good here, and I really like the fact that I don't know, they kind of approached it in a way where it wasn't completely serious and it still had that humor in there, obviously.
It was
You
fun.
know, Sweet Tooth singing Living La Vida Loca or whatever the hell, and he's just like, things like that. It's like, all right, it you knew what you were kind of getting into with this because Twisted Metal always kind of had a wacky side to it. Twisted Metal Black is probably the most serious game, and even stuff in that is pretty dark and brutal. But then they kind of went back from that a little bit and kind of found an in between with like the next couple games after that. But if they do another one, I'm here for it. Even if you do an online one to start it, I don't care. Just like give us something sooner than later. No matter what happens with the show, just give us something sooner or later
Yeah,
because
it's the fact that Twisted Metal skipped PlayStation 4 is ridiculous.
yeah, and it had a lot of canceled games and it had a lot of, stuff that just never really happened and the last game and I almost forgot about that, right? Like, when they were saying about how, oh, well, we wanted to give you less content because you could just look it up on YouTube, like with the last game. That was a bunch of shit, you know? And it's like they kind of gave up with the last game on PS3. It was almost like they're like, yeah, well, YouTube's out now, so we don't really have to put a bunch of endings in here or a bunch of cutscenes because you're just
Yeah,
gonna
that's right.
look them up.
That's why there
And
was
I
only
just,
like 3 main characters in one campaign.
yeah, like that. It was almost like it was on its way out anyway at that point, and they were just saying, oh, and then you have the balls to call the game Twisted Metal, like as if it's like a reboot again, because Twisted Metal Black was a reboot in and of itself, and then you have Twisted Metal again, and it just felt kind of flat, and that's kind of why I don't even really look back at that game fondly because it was very short lived,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I just think that Jaffe's an ass for that. Oh, well, you can just look it up on YouTube, so we're just gonna gut the game of content anyway. It's like, I don't know. You're kind of getting away
Well,
from
no, what happened, and he explained this recently. That game was going to be online only, and
yeah.
he fought the executive saying, "Hey, we got to make this a campaign," and they didn't want to do it, and he fought and got it. And then the people that were developing the game, they were like, "Hey, we added these race missions. Aren't these cool?" And he's like, "I thought they were shit, but I couldn't tell them that because they were developing the game. I didn't want them to sabotage the game." So that's why the racing missions were like left in that game. But that the racing missions like killed the game.
Yeah.
That was like one of the things that killed that fucking game. It was
Yeah,
dumb.
I just think that they definitely dropped the ball there, and I really think that
Yeah,
they have so much potential now to do so much better and just do it sooner than later. Do it while the hype is getting built up
well,
now
he's not
with the
involved in it, so
show.
I mean,
Oh,
we
well,
got
not yeah.
we got to
I mean,
rely on
look,
them.
it's fucking Sony, man. Like it comes down to them. They wrote the checks. They put the money into the show. Someone is thinking ahead about Twisted Metal. Okay, well, if the show does good or however they gauge the success of it on Peacock or the streaming numbers or the reviews, whatever they want to look at, like someone's got to be like, all right, Sony, let's figure out someone to develop this game. I mean, it can't be that hard. It
Right.
can't be. The foundation is there. It's there, and they have to bring
No,
back the
Anthony, we
characters.
still need PlayStation 3 games on PS5.
Yeah,
How
it's
dare you?
like yeah, we still have to ignore stuff like SOCOM,
This is
ignore
why
stuff like Siphon
PlayStation to me is
Filter.
fucking boring because they're so hung up on people experiencing the PlayStation 3 on the 5. It's like stop.
Yeah, it's like yeah, you should actually
PlayStation
stop
3
that right
came
now.
out, fucking nobody bought it. Okay, I don't care what the final sales numbers were, okay? There's a lot to that story. The thing came out, nobody bought it. Everyone was on 360. Everyone flips
Yeah,
over to PlayStation 4 because Microsoft screwed up.
yeah,
Then they want everyone to re-experience PlayStation 3. So they re-released their whole library. Then they made sequels to those games. Now with PlayStation 5, they're just re-releasing those games that they made sequels to on the PlayStation 3. So This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm playing 3 generations of fucking PlayStation 3. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, it's like we need, like I mentioned, there's other
How many
properties
fucking
that
consoles
Sony
is
doesn't do.
Uncharted fucking 4 and the one with the ladies on?
Oh, Lost Legacy.
Yeah. How many times I have to play that shit?
No, I know, and how many times do we have to see them ignore properties that they can get other developers on?
Ooh,
I
you
understand.
want Ghost of Tsushima? We released it on PlayStation 5. You just bought it on 4 a year ago, Frankie.
Well, it doesn't
got
matter.
fucking robbed on that game, right?
Yeah. That's why I didn't run out and buy the upgrade right away.
Yeah,
Like, screw them.
it's almost like we're up to the scheme at this point. Like we know what they're doing, and it's really just like we experienced that whole generation of remasters and all that bullshit.
They're doing nothing in this
of,
game, Frank. This Mickey
I
Mouse game
know.
is fucking boring as shit.
That's why I said this game's really boring. That's why I only played it for a half hour. Because I
Which
couldn't
game?
take it anymore. This like Mickey Mouse game.
Oh,
I played
this
it
one?
for because it was like a kid's game, but I gave up after a half hour. I couldn't take it. I tried.
The fucking Mickey Mouse game on the original Nintendo was better than this shit.
You don't do
mean-
it. You literally just platform. There's like no enemies. You don't do anything. It's like horrible. I don't know why they did this.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just think that if we got a good Twisted Metal show, let's get a good Twisted Metal game to kind of, it's been over 10 years, so let's do it. Now's the time. Hopefully this gauges some new interest.
What do you rate
And
this
some excitement.
series? 10 out of 10? 5 out of 10? 8 out of 10? What?
I would say I would probably give it a solid like 9 out of 10. It
What,
wasn't
you IGN? 10
I mean,
out of 10.
No, I really enjoyed it. I think I just think that this really did have a really good way of kind of going about it, setting up its own universe with its own kind of story, but also taking its time to kind of find its rhythm, and I think it did a good job within that. And I think the actors held it together.
They did.
So that's.
Nev Campbell knocked that shit out of the park.
I wish she was in it more, but I know she will be if.
Right, but at the very end of, in the beginning she was in it just a little bit, but at the very end, the last episode, she's all over that. And they threw a fucking ball and she knocked that shit right out.
Yeah. I like that she plays like kind of like a villain.
She had a grand slam at that final episode.
I like her playing kind of like a bad, villain.
And Braven is a contestant at some point in the storyline, so
will she have to actually get up out of her
maybe
comfort?
in season 3 maybe she'll lose everything in season 2 and get in there in season 3.
I mean, the thing is with post-apocalyptic stories, like anybody can take over anybody's shit at any time, or like things, you see it in shows, even like stuff like, Walking Dead that's been going on for years. Well, it's done now, but anything post-apocalyptic they could just make go on forever because it's like that end of the world shit. So as long as they can keep things going and make it entertaining, I'm not saying it has to go on that long, but you know what I mean. It's just give it what it needs, bring in the characters. They got the talent and they got the budget. So
the 2 guys at the end that escaped. The guy was with Sweet Tooth and then he saved his friend, even though his friend tried to kill him.
Yeah, Stu and
I totally thought that they were gonna live and be Hammerhead.
Oh yeah,
that's what I thought.
Because Hammerhead's the 2 stupid guys in the car. But at the very end of the post credits, Sweet Tooth deals with them.
Also, Mr. Slam, like what the fuck? The dong and the watermelon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Simon
I'm
Whittlebone.
not making that up. That's what I'm saying is
part
that
of the show.
That's his name in the game. Simon Whittlebone.
I messaged my friend about that because he knows Twisted Metal from when we were kids, and I was like, hey, there's a scene where Mr. Slam, he breaks a watermelon with his dong, and he was like, wait, really? And I was like, yeah, dude, the show is awesome. You have to see it. I was like, this is what you're getting yourself into. This
waited
kind of
almost
show,
30 years for Twisted Metal to be a freaking TV show.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking during the sitcom scene, like in that opening that you were talking about? I could not stop thinking about Alf and Willie, like hating the Alf puppet and wanting to kill the Alf puppet and be second fiddle to it. It was the exact same thing. He like hated the dog.
Yeah, it's like stealing the spotlight, and so I like the fact that there's they have just and they also had different things happen in the intro. It didn't have just like an intro theme song. It was just like Twisted Metal, and then it would just start. So that was cool.
They don't want Jeffrey to make anything at Sony.
No.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he's out. But
they gave him a severance package and he's done.
If they put the money that they're putting into this, Gran Turismo, all this other live action shit, we would actually get a couple decent games, out of these properties. We got
Dreadpool in here, we got Liquor Sandwich in here, we got David R in here, we got Cannibal Ritual, we got RWK, you got Richard, you got Abbo. Who else do we have?
But when I saw the Gran Turismo trailer, the latest one.
Fuck Gran Turismo.
I just wanted to say,
fucking car. There's Gran Turismo.
I just wanted to say though, with the trailer, it was so fucking funny because,
I was homeless. Now I'm the master champion.
He's like, oh, he's like, you think you're gonna be good because you're playing the game or whatever, right? It's like, the characters that doubt him, and he's driving this track. He's like, don't worry, I played this track a bunch of times on the game, and you see him like going around, and it's like, and then you see him almost getting an accident. They should have stole
the guy's PlayStation, then he can't play the game, and
he does get in an accident. Driver. Yes, that's what happens. He does get into an accident because the trailers spoil everything, so it just shows you, him getting hurt. And it's like, he's really gonna do it. It's like based on a true story. There's a sad music, and you see
who the fuck cares, God?
You see this kid throwing up on camera. Like I'm sitting there eating popcorn. Like I want to see this dude throw up. Like I'm good.
Fuck.
And I'm like, all right, So yeah,
that's where Gran Turismo. See, this is where you work in your franchises. Gran Turismo starts as this movie, and then by the end of the movie, it's Twisted Metal.
Yeah, yeah, it turns into Twisted Metal.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
He's racing on the track, and then the fucking bomb hits.
Sweet Tooth.
And then you see Sweet Tooth flying out with the car. So it's fucking blowing everybody up on the track.
Yeah, so that movie, and honestly, I audibly laughed when he said that in the trailer. Like, oh, I played this track so many times. Like, it's this time you got to play it for real. It's like, I really don't think that's going to make money.
Yeah, no. I think Ninja Turtles is doing fine.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Every movie's been getting kicked out by Barbie and everything else.
Ninja Turtles is fucking doing great.
Doing really well.
Will it claim the #1 spot? Will someone finally knock it Barbie down?
I don't know. I don't know about that. It might be #2, but
maybe. We'll see.
We got Thunder's Productions. What's up, buddy? He gave a Canadian $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We got Stevie Mack in here. We got Dreadpool. He's drinking tons of beer right now.
Because he can't take Gran Turismo. He's disgusted.
He's going to drink it away.
Yeah.
One review of the movie said it's the longest video game commercial of all time.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's okay. No one's going to see it. And then they'll sell the 4K Steelbook for like $98.
With a DLC code for the game.
So what do you give Twisted Metal the show so we can wrap this up with a bow?
Who, me?
Yeah.
10 out of 10. I loved every second of it.
Okay, so 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and 9 out of 10 because he works at IGN. There you go.
I don't work at IGN. I mean, I would give it a 10 out of 10. It's not like the best show I've ever seen. That it'd have to be like on that level for like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about as far as being a Twisted Metal, a perfect Twisted Metal show.
Yeah, Meltzer.
Yeah.
Can't just give it the one extra point.
Oh man,
he's like 9.5 out of
Tokyo Dome, Brian.
I'll give it a 9.8. No, that's like the GameSpot
9.95.
No.
Can someone tell me where that's from? If somebody could tell me where 9.95 is from, I'll give you a prize.
Yeah.
Give you digital code.
All right, I won't be like that douchebag. I'll be 10. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I'll give it the full 10.
Yeah.
For Twisted Metal.
Well, now you know what happened, Anthony. IGN's totally not going to hire you now.
I can't tell the truth.
Anthony was like, damn, I have my resume in and everything.
They always put 9.9 out of 10 because they don't want to seem biased. And I'm like, why the fuck is there a 10 then?
Has anyone ever gotten it?
Yeah, I'm sure all the Sony games got 10s.
Let me see if they've ever given a 10. I just wonder.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima, 10 out of 10. I saw the guy's butt. That's Stranding, 10 out of 10.
Okay, so Turtles came in at number 4 at the
Okay.
box office, behind Oppenheimer, Meg 2, The Trench, and then Barbie was number 1.
Meg beat fucking Turtles? Man, people are stupid.
You cannot definitely never trust IGN. So I found the games they
Can't
gave a
spell
10.
ignorance without IGN.
Well, okay, so they gave Elden Ring a 10, which is fine, and they gave Forza Horizon 5 a 10. But I'm scrolling down further, and Spelunky 2 got a 10, and Celeste. Like what?
Wait, why did Forza Horizon get one?
I don't know.
I mean, they're not bad games, but like again, I guess it's all relative, right?
Last of Us Part 2 got a 10. You knew that was
well,
coming.
Of course, yeah.
This is stupid.
How did that game get a 10? That game has problems.
Mario Odyssey got a 10. I don't know. I don't know how they...
Mario Odyssey, okay. I could see... Mario Odyssey wasn't bad. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a little frustrating, but I mean, it was a good game.
Obviously, Grand Theft Auto got a 10. They just pander to whoever.
Yeah, like they get fucking paid. That's why.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 got a 10. That game sucks. I mean, it's good if you're a flight person, but like for a regular game, I don't think it's a 10.
And I'm not going to compare, but like compared to like the last video game property thing that I watched, which was the Mario movie, I'd probably give the Mario movie like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. It was just okay.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The Mario movie had a story, and then like in the middle of the movie, there was no story left.
They kind of forgot that story. Yeah,
they were just promoting. Okay, one scene is Smash Bros. One scene is Mario Kart. One scene is Mario Odyssey. It's like enough.
Yeah, they had the checkbox of all the Mario games that they had to rush through in an hour and 90 hour 30 minutes, because it was probably 85 minutes. Honestly, it was probably an hour and a half with credits. So that shit was in and out, and like that's fine. But and I know I don't want to compare Mario to Twisted Metal, but as far as an adaptation, I just had more fun with Twisted Metal. But I grew up with Twisted Metal more than I grew up with Mario, because I just didn't have Nintendo like that until like later. Right. GameCube is when I really got it. Like my dad brought down his NES from the attic when I was like, maybe like 6 or 7. So I started to kind of mess around with the old Nintendo stuff. But I didn't like really grow up with like an N64 in that era. I was all PlayStation. My cousins had N64. So it all just depends on what you're connected to and what you'll probably end up liking. But for someone like even like Callie, like she doesn't know what Twisted Metal is really, but she really enjoyed it. So I think if they can pull someone in who doesn't know the material like that.
All of our wives watched it because my wife watched it, she loved it, and his wife watched it and loved it.
Yep. So it's like we all have people that are we all have people that are watching it. And again, this is why you bring out the game, to wrap this all up. The show's good. Bring out that interest. People are getting exposed to it.
They won't bring it out. They're Sony. They want to bring out Spider-Man 68.
Well, like I said, they want to do the Gran Turismo 2, 3, 4 movie, whatever they're going to do after this. But yeah, well, let's just see where that money goes, Sony.
Gran Turismo.
That VR money was well wasted, so let's see if they can, figure it out.
We knew that was going to happen.
See, we were smart and didn't buy it.
I mean, look, I know. Listen. I know, like, Village VR, whatever, but even RE4 VR, I don't think it's going to sell enough units to make up what they wanted to sell.
It's too much money.
It's too much fucking money. You have to drop that thing. Like, what are we doing, Sony? Like, we saw the PSVR 1 flop miserably, and that was because it was trying to, it was too early.
Right.
And now people are kind of a little bit more adjusted to VR, but it's like even then, like we couldn't get rid of him in Best Buy. And the dude was, coming out to the store every weekend, putting it on customers. One person fell out of the chair and they tried to sue. That tried to happen. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. That was like a thing that apparently happened. But so I don't work there anymore, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's like it's so weird that there is a different like approach that they had back then, where they're like, all right, let's price this at like, what was it, $3.99, I think, back then? And it was so early, and there was no fucking games at all.
There still aren't games.
It's like you have like, a handful that are probably decent.
PlayStation and Xbox both don't have any fucking games. And people
Nope.
are like, oh, PlayStation's got exclusive. No, once you beat the game, it's over.
Yeah.
They have like a handful each.
Like, that's it. And then they're porting games over left and right.
Right.
We're going to talk about that in a big way in a few minutes, but...
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just wanted to say that as far as, like, you know, the stuff that needs to, you know, be more, I guess, paid attention to, especially from the fans. If the fans show interest in something, you should keep, you know, you should bring it back, or you should have that, you know, resurgence of like, okay, let's try to take a shot at this game that we haven't released in so many years. And that goes for not even just Twisted Metal. So we'll see what happens.
Power of the SSD, Anthony. Can't drive those cars without the power of the SSD.
Nope.
The Magic SSD.
Weston's here. Says QuakeCon starts tomorrow. I think you're going to get your Quake 2 remaster tomorrow.
Really?
I think that's dropping tomorrow.
Like Shadow Drop?
Yeah.
They're just going to put it out?
They're going to announce it, and it's going to be available today. Because I've been
hearing rumors about that. I think that's what happened with the other one, too.
That's cool.
Natalie Soto, Sotelo, Potato, Thunder's Productions, VR costs more than the PlayStation 5 console. Not true. The Spider-Man console, $600.
Oh, yes.
Gotta rob you a little bit more before that Slim comes out. Gotta keep robbing you.
Yeah. Yep.
Bethesda has a heart of great deals on Steam right now.
A lot.
Well, the heart's blocking it.
The heart is blocking.
Can you please get rid of the heart?
You know, I don't have the heart on this computer right now.
But what are you
everywhere
using?
Else
are you using Chrome?
Chrome, yes. But inside, I think I have it on Chrome. I don't know.
I'm Firefox and
on
Edge,
Chrome right now. I don't have it.
Which Edge is on Chromium. So I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, there's only one thing to do: copy this link into Edge and see if I get it there, or if I'm just special.
Edge.
Let's see.
The
Edge.
You think you know me?
Where's Christian's web browser?
Yeah. Yeah. What the hell?
Let me see if I have it here. Of course, I got an ad. I don't have the heart.
There's also a crazy Humble Bundle deal for Resident Evil. It's like you get the whole fucking franchise, the Hubble Bubble, for $35 or something like that.
Ah, that's a scam. Those games are always $1.99, $35.
Well, Hubble Bubble is
it's owned by IGN. Did you know that?
Well, it's a ripoff now because it's subscription based. Like, I remember back in the day when it used to just be like you.
So they do subscriptions every month, but they also do every once in a while just bundles you could buy. Because that's what I did for the 10th anniversary.
What the fuck?
But they don't have those up all the time.
I don't know.
Whatever. Fuck Humble Bundle. It ain't going to shit. It's going to fucking IGN's pockets. They gotta feed their fucking stupid employees, their quote journalists. Stupid bastards. I can't wait till they close down. I'm not going to miss IGN. Nobody is.
No, they're like a joke at this point.
They've been a joke. We could do better. No, I'm kidding. I don't even want to do that. That's stupid. But that has a lot of great deals on Steam right now. Can we talk about how awesome RE2 Remake is now that it's the best selling in the franchise?
Yes, that is.
Okay,
well,
but
that
listen,
did break this past week. Yeah.
Somebody in the chat, I forgot who it was, said that they looked it up and they still see that 5 sold more copies than 2 Remake.
Let me see.
I forgot who that was. Who was it? Which one of you said that?
Wasn't me.
Actually,
let me see.
Yeah, they clock Resident Evil 5 at 13.5 million, and I think 2 was only 12.7.
Yeah, so whoever that was in our chat room is a genius.
Let me see if that's true.
Was a hockey fan? Who was it?
Yeah, because this says 12.6 million for 2 Remake.
Was it David R? It might have been David R.
That could be wrong, though.
Was it Liquor Sandwich? Who was it? RWK?
RWK, come on.
I don't know.
It might have been him.
Well, then we got to take it with a grain of salt.
So they lied. So basically, they made an article lying to everybody. Great job.
it is on track to beat it. I'm sure it will at some point, but not right now.
I don't know if it will. And by the way, let's clarify something here. Resident Evil 2 is a remake. 5 was an original game that sold more.
Yeah.
So 5 already has the up and up on that. It's an original title that sold more in the franchise's history. So for everyone that bitches about how 5 sucks, you all fucking ran out and bought it.
The first game sold pretty close to 11.4 million. So.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Oh,
I know. That's what I was thinking of that song.
Listen. Every fucking day, and my buddy Mike, who I sent the RVD clip to. You met Mike. You know, we started AOX. Every fucking day we got on the bus to go to school, and that song played, and the bus driver, she sang to that fucking song. She was like a 60-year-old lady singing the song. And I'm like, this lady's singing about people having sex.
Hey, that was just playing on the radio.
A 60-year-old Italian white lady singing this song every morning. And me and Mike are like, what the fuck?
That's shit you never forget, though, you know?
Yeah. We'll never forget that, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's hilarious.
Shout out to my other buddy, Mike. It was his birthday yesterday. Or today, he's got 5 minutes left. Shout out to Mike. The other Mike.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday.
You guys aren't gonna like this. Code Veronica only sold 2.9 million copies in its lifetime.
Clearly, they need to remake so it can make 65
Actually,
billion copies
Zero sold more than Code Veronica. So, good luck, everyone.
Well, also, you know what also helps Zero is the fact that it's on PC as well, which Code Veronica never was. You know,
that's true.
Got snubbed.
Code Veronica.
I'm sure that also didn't help.
Code Veronica's closet.
Code Veronica when?
It's funny because they tried to put Code Veronica X on the GameCube, and that just didn't even.
People complain about 5, but everyone got it, says Richard. He's correct.
Yeah.
5 was one of the best games in the series. Even you know how to treat
5 is good.
What? That's
I really
why
enjoyed 5.
It's a next gen game. That's why it's the next game. All I know is the remake is not going to stop anytime soon.
No, they're definitely gonna keep doing remakes.
It's the remake era for sure. I'm sure we'll get burnt out on them eventually when they've.
I hope the next Resident Evils that come out, the remakes, they're digital only.
How could you?
No.
Well, then I'm not buying.
They do it. Oh, I'm buying it.
All those people, I'm not buying it then. Then they totally will anyway.
Capcom has just destroyed their whole company. Oh. They need to be taught a lesson.
Everyone buy it on your alt account so nobody knows you bought it.
Pitchforks.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Just shut up and buy Leon's jacket for like 10 grand, you stupid people.
Yeah, his $1,000 jacket when RE6 came out, remember that? In Japan?
Yeah, I know. That's when you knew they were on some coke. They thought they could. Not only did they create one of the crappiest games in the history of the franchise, but they thought that you were dumb enough to buy a $6,000 jacket or $10,000 jacket, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
I need to get naked and drape Leon's jacket over me.
Bobby Kotick, you're dead, Capcom. Dead.
Jeez.
Gears of Evil. Remember that game?
Oh, yeah.
RE6 Gears of Evil. I like how there's just a giant El Gigante, and like Chris and Pierce are like, oh, we have to just climb the building and shoot that thing and kill it.
Yeah, and you have to do that 2 times because you have to replay it with Jake and Sherry. Whoa, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. About, man.
I must have missed that, but...
Oh, he said you. He's talking to you.
Oh, sh...
I'm sure somebody did that to the jacket, so you're probably right.
Yeah.
He deleted it.
Oh, Leon.
Oh, Leon.
Triple. Oh man.
Oh God, no!
It looks like your shirt's all sweaty.
My shirt? No, it's just the shadow. From
I know that, but it totally looks like.
I try not to wear like lighter colors, but I just forgot today.
He's cursing galore in this chat room. That beer is really having an effect on him.
I'm just so sweaty right now. You go.
I've been kind of on a. Speaking of Gears of War, I've been on a Gears 1 kick, like OG. Just been like going on there, seeing who's playing.
Let us take the prison blocks.
I want to kick some ass.
That's such a stupid statement.
It's just. Or we could do this.
Fucking Jake the dog.
I love him.
Yeah, but that's all I think of the fucking dog when I'm playing Gears of War.
Oh, I always think of Bender.
Yeah, I was gonna say I grew up with Futurama, and that was like.
Well, you're gonna fucking die with Futurama because it's back on TV.
I know.
It's gonna outlive all of us.
I haven't seen it yet.
The Shimpshons.
I was thinking about getting that set. They have like a set of them.
I was like, what was I, 4 when The Simpsons came out?
I wasn't even alive.
You weren't even alive, and it's and now you almost have 2 children, and the fucking show is still on TV.
Still on. Yep. Still going strong.
I mean, South Park's been going on for a while too.
That's South Park.
And Family Guy, I think, is 23, 24 this year.
Yeah, but Family Guy got canceled.
That's true.
Point.
All right.
I mean, they all
Simpsons never got canceled.
Simpsons never got canceled, and now they're Disney. They're Disney characters.
It's so ridiculous that we live in this world where they're part of Disney. Now we're really never getting Hit and Run remastered.
Hey, you guys laugh, but you never played South Park's Racing or Chef's Love Shack.
I have those games.
Yeah, we played them.
No, not you guys, but like people in the chat.
Those were the best games.
South Park Rally is amazing.
Yeah, that's an awesome game.
Chef's Love Shack's good too. Played that game. SpongeBob is still going strong since '99. Hey, he's not going to outlive Bart Simpson.
Well, he hasn't been canceled.
I know SpongeBob is still going, but I don't know if it's the same with The Simpsons. I just heard like the recent seasons have been like, Like,
The Simpsons died after like season 4.
Right.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, it started to get crappy.
You know, it's funny. A lot of people think The Simpsons was based on Homer. It was originally based on Bart. But he just became like an annoying character, and
they had all the merch for him.
Yeah, and then Homer took over, and that was it. It's been Homer Mania. It was like Urkel. Urkel outdid Family Matters.
That's true, yeah.
It became Urkel Matters.
Yeah.
Homer was a guy you didn't fuck with in the first few seasons. And then he became like this stupid guy that like prances around eating donuts.
Yeah, if you watch the old seasons, he's like serious. He's just like he's like a regular dad.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, he just gets stupid. I don't know. I'm surprised the show's still on, honestly.
Yeah, it just that's what it runs into when it goes on for so long that it just kind of can
the movie sucked. I hated the movie.
It was a big letdown for me.
Yeah. It was just okay. Spider Pig went viral, but that was it,
I went to the theater and everything, and I was like, oh, man.
You know what was really... what was better than the Simpsons movie? The Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie. That was so much better.
I saw that so long ago,
good.
And I totally forgot.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what the movie was about.
I saw that in the theater, and that was one of the rowdiest crowds I've ever been a part of, but it was so funny because everybody was laughing. It was
Didn't it rip off like the Army of Darkness poster or something?
Yeah, it had like a lot of that was hilarious. That's a movie I actually need to get. And just a series I need to get because I do love that. But yeah, that was a fun memory because I never saw a comedy with that many people. It was like almost sold out. It was at the old theater. It's no longer there. But I just remember everything being so fucking funny. Yeah.
Shown off is on the scene.
That's going to be coming out soon. A couple more weeks.
They really need to put him in Mortal Kombat as a guest character. Shown off. They do.
That would be kind of cool.
Look, they're going to sell you the season pack. You're going to get the the gold edition of Mortal Kombat.
They're gonna put the fucking Golden Girls in fucking Mortal Kombat, and Shonoff's not even gonna be in there yet.
Could you imagine that? Incredible.
We could finally get Dorothy fighting fucking Quan Chi.
I guarantee you're the only person who's ever said that sentence.
Is it true?
It's never been spoken.
He's a ripoff of Dorothy from Golden Girls, Quan Chi. His makeup, his voice. I mean, the guy he's trying to be Dorothy.
I never thought about it. You're kind of right. Dorothy, Quan Chi. It makes perfect sense. Have you ever seen them in a room together?
Hey, make it happen. With the DLC expansion pack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
He said 100%. Seeing The Room in theaters was the best experience I've ever had. The Room?
Yeah.
Never seen it.
What the hell's The Room?
With Tommy Wiseau or whatever his name is.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
I don't know if you want to know who it is. It's a movie that's so bad it has a cult following. That's all you need to know. And it's been parodied a bunch of times.
Dude, he looks like Dorothy from Golden Girls. I've always said that since I was a kid. I was like, Quan Chi looks like Dorothy from Golden Girls.
They could do it.
He's probably going to eat cheesecake when he beats Shang Tsung.
Could you imagine that?
Shang Tsung?
They could put like a ton of people in that game, though. They have so much access to characters.
Yeah.
They could put whoever they want in those games. Except
we got
for Street Fighter characters.
All right, we got Texas Chainsaw coming out around the corner.
Yeah.
And it's on Game Pass for free.
It's on Game Pass day one, baby. It's our movie, baby.
Game Pass is for free. You got to pay for it. Well, I paid for it 3 years ago, so it's free for me, you fucks.
They were stacked.
Xbox at least lets you stack. PlayStation doesn't want you to save money. They'll ban you from...
Actually, Xbox announced today that the $1 trial is only for 14 days now.
Yeah, when I did the thing
Xbox
to
is
play...
turning heels slowly.
When I went to play Wolfenstein, I wanted to do the dollar thing, and it was 14 days only.
Damn.
Oh.
Savages.
What's happened?
Oh, we'll talk about Red Dead 1 and how it's a scam.
That's in the news. Yeah, that's in the news.
That's a very
and how I'm not downloading it, and I will pirate the game.
I almost had to do a double take when I read it before I came in the chat and said, "Yo, what the fuck?" Because I was like,
"So I know why they're doing it. You know why they're doing it? Because they're going to re-release them on PS5 and Xbox Series X when they're ready, and they're going to charge you for another $50 for them.
People are going to be furious
because it's coming to Switch just to get the Switch out of the way." But why is it coming to PS4? And it's just to get it out of the way because they want people to play it on PlayStation. Because right now you can only play it on Xbox.
But how is this backwards compatible?
But when they're ready, when they are ready, they will re-release those games on Series X, Xbox Series X, Series X, PS5, and PC. When they are fucking ready. What do you say? What's your question?
Well, I'm saying like if it's backwards compatible for PS5. They're basically saying you could just buy the PS4 version and play it on the PS5, but it's still going to run in 30 frames.
Yeah, they've changed nothing.
They didn't do anything to it, and they took away multiplayer.
Oh my god!
So
yeah, it's dead. Even if they even if they put it on PC without multiplayer, I would be fucking pissed because it's never been on PC, but that multiplayer was the best part of that game. And
well, that's why I have it on Xbox.
I have it. Well, I don't have it digital yet, but I probably will get it digital because I have the disc.
Grab that digital before they jack up the price.
Yeah, because this is like a waste of time. And like on the Switch, are you serious? Why?
It is a portable 360.
Did any of you guys play any of the GTA stuff on the Switch? Like, how did it actually play?
I mean, it was all right, but those are older games. Like, the Switch could handle those games. Kind of. I mean, at first, we talked about it on the show. When it first launched on the Switch, the GTA trilogy was shit. Because they fucked up a lot of stuff. They made the guy's arms like super long. They had the rain that didn't appear, and then they had the wrong rain in there. And
you're right; those were older
when
games.
they fixed it, though, it was all right. But the older games could run on anything.
Yeah, like this is running off the engine that GTA 4 was on, so it's like it's a whole new engine.
So on the Switch, I think it'll be okay because the Switch, we always talk about, it's a portable 360 at this point.
Yep.
But I mean, the fact that you're releasing a game only on PlayStation 4 in 2023 is fucking ridiculous. Literally, the game came out what, 13 years ago?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
You're releasing a 13-year-old game on a 10-year-old console. Figure that one out. And I know they're going to release the other ones when they're ready.
It's just a cash, and they're charging
cash grab because they want you to buy it on the 4.
$49.99.
When it comes out on the 5 again, you'll triple dip.
Oh no! This game's $50, Anthony.
It's $50.
It's 50.
If it was like 20, it'd still be too much, but at least they'd be trying. But $50
on
Switch. Get a Switch and just fucking play it on there. If
that's
not,
what I'll
buy
do.
it on Xbox and play it and have fun.
Yeah.
Didn't they add HDR to the Xbox?
It's 4K, I think, too.
Well,
on it.
Liquor, here's the thing. If they say the other ones are coming at a later date, no one's going to buy these versions. So what they got to do is scam you. Make you think that, the only way to play it...
you buy it now, yeah.
...is to buy the thing.
When does it come out?
Comes out...
a couple days.
August 17th, digital only, and then it'll come out physically in October. For all those people that want to buy it physically.
Which it probably won't even be on the damn cartridge anyway.
It's all right. No. I'll play it on my Xbox, and they'll honor my DLC that I bought 10 years ago or 12 years ago.
And you get the 4K enhancements.
And I get the 4K enhancements. So even though it runs in 30 frames under, I'll still take it.
PS5 and backwards compatibility. Yeah, we know that, but it's just not going to be enhanced.
Yeah, it's not going to be enhanced, and you're charging that price. I think that's
$50. They're on fucking drugs, and they came out and said,
it's reasonable, right?
It's
they doubled down on the
commercially priced, and I'm like, you just killed this game.
They always gotta double down.
And let me tell you something, Young, that fucking guy was like bitching about the price, and I'm like, dude, you're the guy that fucking says that like remakes should be $70. You know what I mean? Like, you're part of the fucking problem.
Yeah.
He's a fucking bitch. Fuck that guy. Back from the dead, what's up?
What's up?
Young, I mean... He's part of the problem. I think Sony should charge $70. Rockstar cannot charge us $50. Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to audition for Mortal Kombat fucking 18, you idiot. He's trying to be fucking Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 18. Every time he talks, it sounds like he's auditioning.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just talk. It's like Dreamcast. He's like another Dreamcast guy, where he's pretending to talk.
Yeah, they put on that voice.
The PlayStation with it's like, shut up, asshole. We know you don't sound like that. Stop trying to act like you're in a fucking movie. You're not.
Imagine Dreamcast guy gets off the mic and he's like, "Did I do good?" He has like a really high pitched voice or something. Like,
yawn. Yeah, like yawn. It's fake HDR, so you need to turn HDR off on Xbox.
I mean, people can buy whatever they want, but please don't buy this.
It's $30 digital on Xbox right now,
and it goes on sale for like nothing.
Well, now that now that people are bitching about it being $50 and they're supporting this $50 thing, they might jack that price up on Xbox.
Yeah, they could.
Digitally. They might do it just to get people to shut up. I was playing Destiny 2 with my wife for a bit, says Back from the Dead. I has issues with Steam. My controller was acting as a mouse.
Oh.
Took too hard to find the setting to turn it off. I can't even read that word because of the stupid...
The heart.
2 hours. That sounds really annoying.
To find the settings to turn it off. Yeah, man, that sucks. But at least you had fun with the game. This game sucks, Frank. I mean, I don't even know why the fuck you played this game.
I played it for like a half hour. I didn't tell you to loop
This
it.
game
This
is a fucking. Let me tell you something. This is like
the L.
What's that crappy Zelda game that came out? Tears of the Kingdom. This is like Tears of the Kingdom version of what
this game is worse than
used to be. Castle of Illusion on the Master System and Genesis was beautiful.
No, this is nothing like that.
This is fucking stupid. I don't even know what you're doing here.
I didn't pay for it, so
good.
That's why I played it. I wouldn't have bought this. Are you crazy? I think it's only on Switch. Anyway, so
why did YouTube think the heart was a good idea? Because YouTube thinks a lot of stupid things are a good idea.
Yeah, there's no option. It should be down by the fucking
chat. It
should
be down by the super chat thing.
Yeah.
And the smiley face and the stickers and all that
stuff.
Yeah,
like you have that section, YouTube. Just put it there.
But it's anonymous. So if somebody clicks the heart a million times, you don't know who did it.
No.
So why is it even there? Stop.
To torture us.
Well, it's hard for people to read the damn chats. Oh, see? Someone's clicking it now.
I can't see any of that.
It's got to be RWK.
He's just hammering the heart.
Anonymous. Let's get those likes up, people. What the hell? Got 100 people in here, and only
got 178 people in the chat room right now.
What's going on?
My
God. Yeah, what the fuck were we talking about? I forget. Oh, Red Dead. Yeah, fuck that, man. Like, forget it. I'll grab it digital when it drops lower.
Red Dead is dead. It really is Red Dead, huh?
If I don't really have an urge to go back and play it, but if I want to, it's up there on the shelf. I can't do the same for my PlayStation. I can't put my PS3 disc in my PS5, so.
Oh no, that's why I got to rebuy it, Anthony, for $50.
Yeah,
$50.
I have it. It's funny. I actually have Red Dead on PS3 because it was my dad's copy, right? And we had to buy Undead Nightmares physically by itself because for whatever reason, I don't know why. I don't know if it was the PS3 or if it was like or if it was just like the disc, because I don't think the disc had any like scratches on it. But it would always freeze when he went to this one part, like in the map on Undead Nightmares for some reason. So when we got the disc, it like fixed that problem. So for some reason, I just have a standalone Undead Nightmare PS3 copy over there, which I always thought was funny.
I guarantee you, when the PC version of this game is done, that's when you're going to get the simultaneous release of the Series X version and the PS5 version.
Yeah, because that's when I'll buy it. Like I
guarantee the PC version not ready yet, and that's why they're giving you these crappy.
Like, yeah, you're not going to get my money on this shit.
No, are they going to charge $70 for the next one?
It has the most.
the
most thumbs down in the history of gaming right now.
Because it's like absurd that they would think that people are going to go
with no
for this.
Improvements. Like,
if it was $60, okay, it's like, stupid and overpriced, but people will buy it.
And like, I understand Nintendo fans never played it. I get it. I understand that Sony fans that have only, I guess like they've never experienced it. But goddamn, like, if you've been on the shit since the PlayStation 3, like, it's a bummer how they're doing that. Especially because all their PS3 games, to even play them, have to be streamed. So it's just a nightmare.
But on Switch, you can't even play the sequel.
Fuck PlayStation.
So if that's all you have.
Fuck
then
PlayStation. Let me tell you something. Fuck PlayStation, okay? Fuck PlayStation. You make the PlayStation 3 and then you're too fucking lazy to make the games work on 4? Ooh, it's a cell process. Okay, there's 5,000 fucking warehouses full of those things. Your chip is this fucking big. Solder it to the fucking board of the 4 and the 5. And leave people alone. What a lazy company.
You can't. Shame on you for saving money. You can't. Not allowed.
You never get away with it. They never let you.
Twisted Metal to
Nobody
this day.
wants to play those old games. Says
Abbo
the guy that
just play Twisted Metal, right?
Says the guy that fucked up his entire company by trying to get rid of Call of Duty or whatever.
Well, if you look at his track record, he never had a pulse on the market ever. He's always been screwing up.
Dude, it's like when you got rid of Paul Heyman and brought in like fucking Johnny Ace. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
No.
Spam that thing all you want. You're just gonna hurt your thumb. Is Mickey Mouse Genesis game?
No, it's a crappy Switch game. It just came out the other day, but I tried to play it, but it's too boring. You don't do anything. Literally, you do nothing. You platform.
This footage is hurting my head.
Switch it over. I don't know why you're still playing it.
Yeah, but you played a PlayStation 3 game. It already hurts.
It was on Series S, actually, but.
Oh, okay.
But it still looks terrible. I mean, it's a 10-year-old game, but.
I'm still spamming.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this Mickey game. If you're like a 3-year-old kid, sure, but anybody else, no. So anyway, let's all go out and buy Red Dead when it comes out, and double dip and get it physical.
I'll definitely pirate Red Dead.
I'll download it for.
And it's funny. The more PlayStation 4 games they release, the more they get uploaded on these websites. So I mean, keep releasing games on PS4, you dumb fucks. They should rename the PlayStation 5 some dumb fuck. That's all they are.
Fuck. Some dumb fuck.
Some dumb fuck 5. Slim.
Yeah, I was super bummed about that news. So.
Yeah, because I'm streaming and everyone's like, oh, Red Dead's coming back. I was like, oh, it is? Okay, cool. And then I look at the article. I'm like, what is this? It's BS. Sony loves you, though. Don't worry. Keep simping over Sony. Make sure your PlayStation fat boats are tucked in at night next to you in bed until the Slim comes out. You can stick your dick in that thing finally. It'll fit.
Are people going to like...
They're going to make a dick port for the PlayStation 5 Slim.
People are going to have to like break up with their fat consoles and be like, no, I got the Slim now, baby.
Yeah,
that's it.
Slim time.
You got to go. You're out of here.
I got the premium console. I got the Spider-Man plates for my ass.
You can actually really hurt somebody badly with those plates because they have those knives inside of them.
That guy designed them to be used as weapons. He definitely did.
Could you imagine a new Home Alone and he leaves the plates out for them to step on? Like,
they notice it's a PS5.
Well, they open the door and
it
slides onto their arm and cuts their arm open. Why do their engineers just suck? And by the way,
they try to make it look cool.
At the Evo tournament, their fucking USB ports were melting off.
They were leaving pieces in the people's fight sticks that they pay hundreds of dollars for. So that sucks.
Speaking of fighting, Twisted Metal is getting Killer Instinct is getting a 10-year anniversary.
Yes. Update. It's turning 10 November 22nd, but we don't know when the update's coming. But the update is going to include balancing, improved matchmaking, and 4K support for Series X and S.
Yeah, but it already has 4K.
Well, I guess they're going to make it better. I don't know how, but...
No, they're just full of shit, that's why.
They lied to me. Yeah, at least they care about it remotely. So, after 10 years, you're getting an update.
When the Lao Remake 2 remastered remake, probably in October.
Yeah, because they don't have anything else.
Or maybe February. Well, it'll be like what, 2 or 3 in February. The game.
I thought it came out in May.
Whatever.
But you're right. It'll be like 2 or 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did make a dick port. Yeah, I know. At this point, man. It's like a fingerprint sensor. You just put it in there and it turns on.
It's DRM, so only you can play your PlayStation. No one else can play it.
Yeah. They'll switch it off.
Fucking Sony guys are so stupid.
Disgusting.
Gaming is so great that I'm using a PlayStation 1 right now to play games.
I'm constantly going backwards. I'm in the middle of streaming Silent Hill 2. It's like we're all going backwards.
That's the way to go.
At least it's fun.
When there's nowhere to go, that's
nobody
the way to go.
Got the 9.95 in the chat room. I guess nobody wants a free game.
Well, what was it? Are you going to give people more time, or?
They have until they can figure it out.
All right.
Who would give out 9.95s, you said?
No, I said, okay. I said, where is 9.95 from?
Okay.
I said, I give it a 9.95. Where is that from?
Okay.
It sounds
something.
familiar.
Nobody can fucking tell me. If somebody could tell me, they'll win a free game. Give a hint? No. I already gave you the hint.
That's the hint.
That's the hint.
I don't know.
That would be gross. Who played last? You left a mess.
Oh my god. Xbox era.
What are you talking about? I'm not talking about publications.
Oh, what?
Xbox era. You know, I feel bad. Those guys are good, but the one guy makes all the fucking fake news up.
Oh yeah.
It's the guy that oh, you see Dreadpool got it. Okay, you win a free game. He got it.
Is that from
He got it.
Damn.
There you go. Cannibal got it too.
From the movie?
Yeah, now I got to give two people prizes.
Which one is what is that from?
He got it. I can't believe Dreadpool got it, but Cannibal actually got like where it's actually from. Okay, so in the movie at the end of Turtles,
yeah,
Donatello goes, "I give it a 9.95." And then they play the song from the soundtrack called 9.95.
Oh, okay.
That's why you said put your body in overdrive, because that's one of the lyrics in the song.
Okay. I knew I heard that before somewhere. I just
All right, so you guys win. You both win a prize. I don't know if I can get it to you right now. I'm in the middle of podcasting, but you'll get it. You'll privately message, get it.
That's cool.
Cannibal's a Steam guy, and Dreadpool is a PlayStation fanboy guy, so he'll get it.
Anyway.
Okay.
So let's we can keep going. We've pretty much been hitting most of the news anyway. We've actually stayed on topic pretty well, but
nice.
Let me just go through whatever the last couple of things here. So they had a Pokemon Presents yesterday, and it was pretty lackluster.
I didn't even hear about it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, there was the only good thing was they announced the Pokemon card game and Pokemon Stadium 2 for Switch Online. And
which
then
you still can't play because you need your Pokemon.
That's the thing. Why did they not release the Game Boy games so we could play the game? Like, it's just so stupid. They do everything backwards, but there was that.
It's a Nintendo, that's why.
Why? Even if they don't want to do it,
when Nintendo cared about their stuff? Now they just care about money. They don't care about anything else.
But even if they added a tier and they're like, oh, you got to pay extra if you want all the Pokemon games, people will pay whatever the price. People
hey, Miyamoto, you know, man, why don't you just fucking step down? You fucking suck at life, bro. You made a couple of good games and then you fucking shit all over the bed. Okay, he's got to go. He's got to go.
They just don't like money because they could literally just make so much money.
They got to get rid of all the old guard. Remember, like 10 years ago, they said they got to get rid of the old guard. Well, you know what? They got to get rid of the old guard still,
right?
Because they're influencing these new people that are there, and it's annoying.
Well, anyway, most of the stuff was bullcrap, and then they had the balls to announce DLC for Scarlet and Violet, which they never fixed the game. So
they're never gonna fix it. You can't fix
buy DLC for a broken game.
From day one. Back from the dead says they already announced that on the Switch news section on the console before the stupid event. Well, there you go.
Yeah, the event was like pointless. Everyone's really pissed off about it, obviously, because it was nothing. So,
yo, I gotta turn this Walt Disney shit off because.
Yeah, why are you still playing it? Just put anything else.
This is hurting my head.
I didn't even know if you were going to use it. I was like, oh, I just happened to record this.
I was like, yeah, let's use it. And then all of a sudden, it's boring. There's nothing going on.
The game sucks.
Yeah, put BJ on here.
Put anything, please, God.
So this is the censored version of Wolfenstein, right?
Yes, this is the German version I played on the Series S. The only difference is that I could see from the little bit I played, they changed the logos and stuff. So if you're familiar with the game, you'll notice a little bit of difference. But besides that, not that much different.
All right, good.
But
did you hear Nintendo patent mechanics for Tears of the Kingdom? which is stupid because the game already has mechanics in other games. You know what I say, Alchemist? Fuck that game. And Nintendo could stick it up their ass.
I second that.
It's not a Zelda game. I don't care what anybody ever says. It's not a fucking Zelda game. That's not Zelda. That is some hokey pokey Japanese bullshit with Ellen DeGeneres' Link. And that's what it is. Okay, so fuck that game. If it's gonna win Game of the Year, great. That shows how gaming has fallen off.
Oh no. Years. Everybody is now saying that Baldur's Gate is gonna win Game of the Year.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate. His friggin' nutsack is huge. He can't even walk.
It doesn't fit through the gate. That's the problem.
Yeah,
they have to keep making it larger.
He tried to get his schlong to be huge enough to be a key, and he couldn't get it in.
Nope. Only the balls got huge.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate.
What a stupid title.
Yeah, it's a game from like 100 years ago. Nobody gives a shit about that game. Just nerds.
All of a sudden now. Oh, all of a sudden it's the big game.
We're joking because people in the chat are playing it, but I'm just joking around with that. But it's not like people are acting like it's this like gigantic game that it's exclusive for PS5. It's like, no, it's not. It's not released on PC and Xbox yet.
Yeah,
no, it's on PC.
It's on PC, but it's not on PlayStation and Xbox yet or something.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. You got daily Game Pass requests? What's going on here?
Yeah, because remember I told you I had to do the trial, so it was like, oh.
Baldur's Gate, huh? Very kinky for Game of the Year. Nintendo horrible with patents for first party. You had the D-pad nonsense and Eternal Darkness patent. Well, look at 8-Bit, though. When Nintendo brought the Switch Online out, 8-Bit was making controllers that look like the SNES controller and the NES controller.
That's cool.
But once the online came out, the Nintendo Switch Online, and they had the peripherals, they repatented all those controllers. So 8-Bit had to discontinue them.
Because they wanted to sell them to you for more money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was their original patent, but...
Yeah.
They patent that, and they can't make those remotes anymore.
Nope.
Do I have it here?
You bastards. Nintendo, you bastards.
Whatever. I got one of the remotes over here. Hang on. Ow!
Got the Game Boy case.
So, Anthony, I don't even know if you know this. Or maybe you do. When I was streaming earlier, Frank just showed up at the shop out of nowhere.
Oh, I think, well, I remember I stepped away and then I came back and then I saw that he was there and I was like, oh, what's up, Frank?
Yeah, I was...
He wasn't planning to come there. He just showed up.
I was listening. I was like watching the stream and then I wasn't really doing anything.
I'm coming up there.
I just randomly showed up because I'm not going to be able to do that for long. So I was like, do it for now.
So this came out before the Switch Online. It's basically a Super Nintendo controller. It was beautiful. This is the greatest controller
I remember you
ever
had
made.
them at the shop the one time.
You know, I had to buy like 20 of these and they're sealed.
I mean...
At least you got them.
Yeah,
they ended up discontinuing these. And this is my favorite controller.
That's an occasion where like you're gonna thank yourself for buying that many, and so you're just like, why do I have these? It's like, no, there's a reason why you have that, you know? Like that's something that's worth the space, the extra storage space.
You know, this would have been a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, that's right.
And and they in fact did make a PlayStation version of this controller right here. The PlayStation Nintendo. Or the Nintendo PlayStation, whatever the hell it was called. But they when they did the Switch Online, they refiled the patent, and they couldn't make this design anymore. They couldn't even keep the buttons like this, the start and select buttons. They had to put them side by side.
That sucks.
Because they repatent these things. So yeah, that does suck.
So if you want it, you gotta pay.
I'll take Factions 2 for PS6. Bro, Factions is canceled.
That's long gone.
Hey,
For
my bag is
PS6.
great.
Oh, it's a Game Boy.
My big Game Boy bag, and I have a blue one down here. This chair sounds like it's 50 years old. This chair is only a few years old. I got this chair when we opened the store. I got one for here and one for there. This chair sounds like it's falling apart.
Can't really hear.
Still comfortable. It's fine, but wait. Make that PlayStation 7. There won't be a PlayStation 7 with the way that they're going. You're lucky you're gonna get the 6. What do you think about the Modern Warfare 3 remake? I didn't even see the trailer for this thing. What do you
It was
nothing
just just a little teaser. But
yeah, that's in the news though. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 is coming out this November.
November 10th is scheduled to release. So.
They said no break. You get one anyway.
Well, this originally was going to be an expansion for the current one, but then they decided to make it its own game because Bobby needs that money.
Yep.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Steelbook is up for pre-order. Yeah, it was up for pre-order like 3 weeks ago. We already pre-ordered it.
There's no date on it, but I pre-ordered it.
Then maybe Xbox Series XXX.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah.
Remember that fucking meme? It says Pornhub is now included in Xbox Game Pass and no extra cost.
Yeah.
That was a fucking funny meme.
That was hilarious.
Can you imagine Phil Spencer getting up on stage?
What if they just bought it?
We heard all of your cries. Pornhub is now going to be on Game Pass Ultimate. And for a limited time, it will be on Xbox Core. Game Pass Core.
You only get access to 15 videos.
Yes, that's it. Full 4K videos.
You could stream them with xCloud.
That's the reason why it's called xCloud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. True meaning of the name.
I'll be honest with you guys. I'm really getting tired of these fucking consoles.
There's nothing to play.
There's nothing to play on any of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say we come at both of them for.
Even the Switch. What the fuck? Yeah, they got a bunch of games coming out in like October, November. But it's like there's too many games coming out for the Switch, and they're all the same. It's all Mario shit.
There's nothing all the rest of the summer or anything. It's like for 2 months they have nothing.
PS4 is still a porn mod. Wait, what? Oh yeah, because remember that PlayStation guy was doing a tutorial, and Pornhub came up in his search. That was funny because
Why didn't he edit it out?
I don't know. And there was a mega thread in his comments section. And he didn't edit it. He just left it there. I was like, wow, okay.
He wanted us to know.
Like the one dude that pulled up a dick, or is his dick from the in the folder while he's live. He's
Listen.
Like,
oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That was
yeah, that was hilarious.
Dreadpool knows that guy.
Why does he have to?
David the Gnome? Leo Laporte. That's the guy's name. He sounds like David the Gnome.
He's like, and if you go in this folder here, it's like a picture of his family, and then it's just penis. That's so killer.
Dreadpool knows that guy. Like he knows him personally.
That was funny.
That's on YouTube, Cannibal.
It's even worse if you if you like if you have it in a video where you can easily edit it and you just don't.
Why do people take naked photos on their fucking phones? That's always a bad idea.
You always get caught.
Buy a fucking camera that doesn't have Wi-Fi or anything or wireless, and just fucking do what you got to do. But people are dumb.
Take it with a Polaroid or some shit.
Oh, my Apple Cloud won't get hacked, even though every celebrity's Apple Cloud gets hacked.
Yeah, they're gonna find it somehow.
Oh my god, I'm embarrassed. My stuff is on the internet. It's like, well, take stuff offline. How about that? stupid. Did he break bread with Dread? Oh, man.
He was like Mr. Slam with the bread. He just went...
I think Dreadpool would get up, knock the guy out, and fucking walk out of the restaurant.
Probably.
If Xbox buys Sega, they can rebuild sex. Oh, man. Well, if they buy Sega, they could just shut down the Xbox brand and just call it Sega. I don't think they'll do that, but...
The Sega Series X.
Exorcist 4K Steelbook looks good.
It does. It's too bad it's sold out. Fucking assholes.
The Fifth Element 4K also. Don't worry, Anthony. They'll reprint them in 6 months.
Yeah, yep. I'll try to get them when they come out because they always put out a batch at the stores. If I'm lucky, I'll hit up my buddy that works there. And just be like,
yeah, that was the guy, the PlayStation guy. If that happened, it'd be one of the heart-called breaking heads with
cracking heads with Dread.
Flanking heads with Dread.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
What got us on that topic? Because we were going to talk about something.
I don't even know, to be honest, how we got here.
Been all over. I don't know.
It's a pre-order, Anthony. You could still get it.
Oh, okay. Did they put it back
crossing
in?
Swords.
Oh, shit.
It's a different kind of show.
What were we talking about originally that got to this topic?
The last thing we talked about was Modern Warfare 3 on the news, so I don't know. But I still don't know how that connects.
Yeah, how did that connect to all
and
this?
then we were like, hey, the consoles suck. And then we were like...
okay, because somebody mentioned, like, what, Sexbox or the XXXbox?
Yeah.
That's how, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
We had to backtrack.
The meme.
Oh, yeah. Then we talked about that. Okay.
Yeah.
You were talking about the Xbox app meme. Yeah.
Right.
Baldur's Gate? Boulder's Gate? Beldar's Gate? I'd play Beldar's Gate, the Coneheads.
Oh, that'd be sweet. He's not lying,
bear,
though.
Whoa.
Hey, there's a druid that turns into a bear, and you can do that because people are sick.
Modern Warfare 3 reveal on the 27th. Well, we'll be together.
Well, the game is going to be out, and
I mean, they always
all over.
They always tend to show the Call of Duty games like a couple months before they come out. I don't know why. I mean, it's like, you know, where do you know what to? I mean, I know why they show it, but it's like you expect them to announce it like earlier.
Can you believe that we're already going to be hanging out in like 2 weeks from Friday?
Yeah, can you believe that's the last time for another year?
Well,
until Anthony wants to build his computer
for like 6 months.
Can somebody just give this guy like $1,500 so he can build a computer?
Okay, here you go.
Help me.
I wish if I had millions of dollars, I would.
Go to his fucking page and just give him the money because we got to build this computer at some point. They just announced the 14th gen already today.
Yeah, and the 5000 series.
You know what pisses me off? I bought those 2 NVMEs for $79.99 a piece. They fucking dropped already today, $74.99 a piece.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they just got delivered yesterday.
Wow. That's so annoying.
Bastards.
Because it's like only a little amount.
Well, Amazon's stupid because they're like, oh, if you want the discount, you got to reorder it and send those other ones back.
Right. So you have to lay out the money now, and then
you got to lay out the money, wait for them to get it back, make sure you didn't open it. That takes a few days, and then you get your money. It's like it's not even worth it.
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous, huh?
Ridiculous.
I'll be on the 13th gen for the foreseeable future. Yeah, but Anthony's in the middle now.
Yeah.
I'm in a good spot because I'm ready to build this thing in a week or two, or by the end of the month. So when they drop that chip any minute now, I could jump on it and get it, and I'm good. I need $1,200 for my PC upgrade. What do you want to upgrade? Your card and processor, or what? It says back from the dead. Richard, you're good. Don't worry about it.
I just got to throw a newer card in my old computer at some point. But besides that, I'm good too. pretty much set for the foreseeable future.
Or calculus, says David R. All right, what else? What else is going on in the news?
We pretty much hit everything. We kind of talked about this earlier.
We hit everything. We talked about Twisted Metal and one other game. That was it.
Oh, we talked about Killer Instinct, Red Dead, Modern Warfare 3, Pokemon.
We talked for 2 seconds about those topics.
Well, I don't know what else there is to talk about on them. That's all there is.
What other news is there?
That's all I had. I had the RE2 remake stuff, Pokemon, Killer Instinct, Red Dead, Modern Warfare 3, and the Ninja Turtles.
Well, you better get on Twitter and look for new news because this is ridiculous. I'm looking.
Hey, there's nothing happening. I mean, QuakeCon, like we were saying, is coming up.
Don't quake my con.
So that'll happen. Probably. But let me see if anything else happened while we were on here.
You gotta listen to Billy Ray Cyrus when you're watching QuakeCon tomorrow, everybody.
It sounds great.
Just don't understand.
Dude, that song is so fucked. Like I rewrote that whole song like 10 times over as a parody.
Let's see here.
We sang it in the car.
Oh, the that receiver, the 8-bit do receiver that we were talking about, that you spoke into existence, basically. That's happening.
I ordered it. It's coming Friday.
Yeah, they made a little.
So they made So maybe I can show this on here.
Oh, it's sold out.
Yes. But I only got one. I should have gotten more.
Well, let me know how it is, because when it comes back in stock, I'll get it.
Okay, so I got my PS1 right here, and I used the Wingman, but it's black, so it does PS2 and PS1 and all that other shit. You can hook up your DualSense. You can hook this up to this wireless, and that's it. You can play PlayStation 1 with the controller or PS5 remote. But this is black. This matches the PS2. The 8-bit though one was announced today, and it went up for sale. But it looks exactly like this. Was a memory card, but it's got the same gray as a PlayStation 1. It doesn't stick out as much as this one. So it would be very nice. So I ordered it, and we will check it out on the stream. Let's see if I have any issues with it.
Yeah, you definitely gotta. I definitely am interested in that. So if it's good, I'll probably get one when it comes back.
These are good PlayStation 1 controllers. Anyway.
That's cool. You've been playing a lot of the PlayStation stuff on stream.
What am I going to fucking play?
That's it.
There's nothing on fucking Xbox right now. I'll play on Friday 13th, you know, Texas Chainsaw. We'll all play that shit, but Starfield I'll check out, but on the computer. Oh, not Elgato. Fuck Elgato, because they're stupid bastards.
Avermedia.
Avermedia announced the card that we've been waiting for. But it's $600. So we have to wait.
That's insane. That's because it's the first one.
And that goes for pre-order, I think, on the 14th of this month. They took the page down. I had to go on Google and find the page and click on cached. And they had the actual pre-order page, but they took it down. I screenshotted it for you guys. And Dreadpool. And Abo. I showed Abo. So if people want to donate to Anthony, give him maybe about $2,000, $600, so I can get that capture thing and he can get his computer. It would be great. Your chair looks like the Starfield chair.
Yeah.
Ain't no games to play. We're just killing time until mid-October.
Well, we'll have Starfield in a little bit, and then
we'll have Starfield,
Spider-Man,
and that's it.
That's it.
Once you beat those games, that's it.
Yep. Then we're back to
Starfield doesn't have online. You know, it's just a single-player campaign, and yeah, it'll take a long time to beat.
Yeah, it'll be a rich game. I mean, I just hope that it's good. You know,
Spider-Man, I could probably beat that in a weekend. It'll be good.
Yeah.
But once you beat it, you beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's That's the only two though. So, but like you said, what the hell are we? What do we really spend our money on? It's not really almost 3 years later this November, which is crazy to think, just like that. 3 years in, and we got to deal with this crap. So,
yeah, gaming's just getting to be stupid. If you're having fun with current games, great. But I'm stuck. I'm just like, I never felt like this before with gaming. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I haven't turned that machine on in like a week. That Xbox. I turned it on last night or whatever. But before that, I didn't turn it on until we played Ninja Turtles like a week ago. Whenever that was.
Yeah, me neither.
And if you look at my dashboard, all the current games were all old games.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I bought Jedi Survivor. The game's still fucking broken. I'm not playing that shit till they fix it.
Me neither.
The game came out what, May? April? They still didn't fix it.
April or May.
And they got the balls to put it on the old Xbox and the old PlayStation. Iron 2 looks very good, but we need more than that. I agree. Metal Gear Collection will last about a week. I'm stuck. I don't even know. I don't even want to play new games. Me too. I don't even want to play them.
I'm the same way. Exactly the same.
Old but gold. I turn into it every day for the rewards. 93 weeks straight. Wow. I want to build the Starfield computer. I'm going to call it Star Build. And I got a 4 terabyte drive, a 2 terabyte drive. I'm throwing all the emulators on this shit too. So when I stream for you guys, I turn on that computer and everything's on there.
You probably play more old games on there than new games, unfortunately.
No, I will. I'll throw everything on there. I have all the controllers and everything. The Bluetooth controller. I got the Saturn remote. I got the Genesis remote, Bluetooth. Can rock and roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just getting too old for this shit, man.
And there's like, it's not enough time.
And people say, "Oh, your backlog." Fuck the backlog. If I cared about the backlog, I'd be playing right now and not podcasting.
Right.
You play games for a little bit. If you get into them, you get into them. If you don't, you don't. But when people use this shit like, "Oh, your backlog," that's you, man. If you got a backlog and you want to do all that, great. But not everybody wants to do that shit. I have a backlog from 1999. Breaking news. I ain't never going to finish that shit. It's almost 30 years later.
Oh, I just got really scared for that.
What?
They posted about the Texas Chainsaw for the consoles. So you're going to have quality mode 4K 30 or performance 1080 60 on the Series X and PS5. Yeah, I just saw this now though. But I read Series S because Series S doesn't have performance. And I was like, no, it's going to be 30. But we're good.
Okay.
On 30.
On Series S, it's 4K 30, but on the other ones, it's 1080 60. So.
Why is it 1080p 30 on the Series S?
No, it's 4K 30 on the Series S. 1080p 60 on the other ones if you want.
On the other what?
On PS5 and Series X.
So Series S doesn't get 60 at all?
Nope.
So wait a minute. You're telling me on the Series X,
yes,
it's 1080p 60?
1080p dynamic 60 frames.
So it's not even 4K 60 on the Series X?
Nope. Another bullcrap. What's the point of having the console?
I'll blame Gun Media for that one.
Yeah, but it's Gun Media and it's all these other stupid fucking devs. You know what? If you're a dev, you can go fuck yourself at this point.
I'm being crunched.
You should be crunched up into a fucking ball. Into a fucking meatball. That's what you should be crunching. Jesus fucking Christ.
You have to play on.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Oh my god. That actually is kind of annoying. Because, like, you guys had all this time to make this game for the new machines. You knew you were.
I'm just going to buy it on Steam.
Redfall, no. Redfall does not have 60.
No, not on Xbox.
Not on
PC
Xbox
it does,
anyway.
but not Xbox. Because here's the thing, Liquor Sandwich. They're going to ignore the fact that game came out and not do anything with it. Just like they did with Crackdown 3.
They'll never update it.
I'm being crunched.
They should be crunched. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. Anthony, imagine if you worked at a pizzeria, right? And they say you got a delivery, right? And you don't deliver the food. You just sit in your car for fucking an hour, and then you go back in there and the food's all rotten and everything. Hey, you didn't deliver the food. We got the calls from the people, and you're like, hey, yeah, I didn't feel like going anywhere. They're gonna fucking fire you. They're gonna call you a fucking idiot and fire you.
Yeah.
You're not doing your job.
Yeah.
The walls are closing in. That's what Frank said about it.
Literally.
Look at the guy from Remedy. The guy's still bitching. I talked about this earlier. The guy's still bitching about the Series S. It's like, dude, just don't make games for Xbox then.
That's what I don't get. Why bother? Just forget about it.
But why Gunmetal not at least doing this game 1080 60 on the Series S?
Yeah, I don't see why they can't.
Why the fuck is it 4K? What did you say it was 4K on? 4K 30 on what?
So on Series X, PS5, and Series S, you could do 4K 30.
Okay.
And then but if you want to do performance mode, it's only 1080 60 on both the Series X and PS5. And the Series S has no performance mode, only 30.
Well, Evil Dead added a performance mode for the Series S.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Not that it did much, but...
This guy's saying that it's important to note that 1080p is the floor, not the ceiling. During gameplay, you'll likely see higher resolutions with dips to 1080. It will never go below that. So he's saying, like, it could be higher.
Thanks. I just spent $500 on a fucking machine.
Yeah. That's what this guy said, so...
These guys fucking suck. Just buy this shit on PC. Let me tell you guys something. Sell your fucking machines and just build a PC at this point. We're getting fucked 6 ways from Sundays from all these companies. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, even the little companies.
If you're having fun, then don't worry about it. But if you're like annoyed by all this stuff, figure it out. Oh god, it's eating me, Crunch. It should. Oh well, middle of the crunch, they have a crunch bar on the desk. And no, it's crunch time.
That's it, we're gonna be crunched.
Oh, they take straws, but they're really crunch bars. Whoever gets a Nestle Crunch, they're done.
You're next to be put in the compactor. No!
The one guy gets a Mr. Good bar, he's like, oh, thank God.
The Heath bar.
If you get a Heath bar, you get to go home to your family for 5 minutes. Like the golden ticket.
Oh, shit.
Dev should just give their works crunch bars and shut them up. For workers crunch bars. I'm sick of all this stuff, man. Like, they delayed the game too, and they can't get it to run like properly on these machines. I mean, maybe it just sounds bad, but it's VB. I mean, what's up, man? How you doing?
The only silver lining is that we don't have to pay for it on Xbox. So if we check it out and it sucks,
okay, but that's no excuse because one day it's going to be off Game Pass,
right?
And then we're going to have to fucking buy
bull crap.
I didn't pay $500. I mean, what's the point? What's the fucking?
There's literally
point?
no point.
Like Al Pacino said, "What's the fucking point?"
I mean, if we can't play Starfield properly on the console that it's like supposed to be on,
I'm already pissed about that. I had to build a whole computer just to play that shit. I mean, I can play it on my computer here, but I don't want to do that.
Right.
Because I got to stream it, and I'm not going to dual stream on the computer and do all that shit.
It's bullcrap.
Put a brand new computer right here underneath my feet. Turn it on, do all that. That's it, man. I don't even know about this console thing anymore. It's getting ridiculous.
It's like one letdown after another.
By both machines. And they got the balls to keep making hardware. And they're like, we'll do the PS5 Pro. Okay, well, you just fucked me out of money. Thanks.
We didn't even barely get to use the regular PS5. Like,
man,
yeah, I know,
right?
right?
This is fucking bullshit, dude. This is so stupid.
I think you're right about just investing in PC at this point. Because...
And that sucks, because a lot of games, like Ubisoft games and EA games, I don't want to play on PC. I want to play them on the console, because I don't want to use those crappy launchers on PC.
Yeah. And sometimes you just want to sit down and play on a console easily. Like, not
yeah, exactly.
Yes. But it's getting to the point where, what are you giving me?
Yeah, it's very disappointing for us.
I don't know. Just very tiring. The new machines are just very tiring.
Yep. I mean, 3 years in this November.
You buy the machine and they're like, yeah, there's no games yet, but they'll be 3 to 5 years from now. It's like 5 to 8 years from now. And it's like 5 to 8 years. I bought the machine today. Give me my fucking money back. Give me fucking $400 back for this.
Consumers always getting screwed over, with shit like this. Especially the ones like us that buy everything.
I still think it's ridiculous. It can't do 60 on Xbox. It probably can do 60, but they don't want to launch it at that, because Bethesda's never really launched their games at 60. Like the Fallout games.
Yeah.
They don't want to do the extra work. I could see that. PC is the place to go if you want higher frame rates. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you had, like Perry said, just having, like all this money kind of invested into it, and we can't really have that value that's there. It doesn't feel like the money was well spent, and we're this long into the to this console gen. It sucks, and the process of getting them and everything adding up, and this person wants to release this hardware, the VR stuff, this other person wants to release games at 30. It's like you can't win. You have two different, like you said, or actually the Three Stooges, right? So yeah, like you always say, it's true. It's just like
Larry,
you can't really
Curly,
win.
And Mo. Yeah.
So
where's that from?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Tell me where that line's from. It's from Ninja Turtles 3. No one gets a prize. Raphael says it.
Yeah, it sucks. It's definitely a bummer. And they have the balls to put out another machine.
And Nintendo's gonna put their new machine out next year.
Yeah.
And they're not telling people if it's backwards compatible, and everyone's saying, it will be, but it's going to be a regret if they don't do it. It's like, oh my god, so much drama over the stupid fucking machines.
It's always the bull crap.
For true performance these days, you get what you pay for, unfortunately. Yeah, but you say that, but people are buying 4090 Ti's and they can't run fucking Jedi Survivor on their computer. It doesn't matter what you buy. You're getting fucking robbed 6 ways from Sunday over here.
That's very true.
You could buy a fucking $25,000 computer.
Yep.
And Jedi Survivor still runs like shit. And that's because of the fucking devs. It's like they're hiring people that don't know what they're doing. Like they didn't go to school for this shit.
Yeah, it's like you guys are supposed to be like, experts at this shit.
And then they bitch about, whoa, I have to make games for the Series S. Yeah, you fucking do. You're a dev, you stupid son of a bitch.
It's like,
I thought I was making games for microwaves or refrigerators. Like, no, you're not. Dev laziness is a stain on all platforms. Yes. It truly is.
Too common. Way too common.
It's funny. I give Rare credit from back in the day. And Anthony, he left.
1 second.
He's disgusted.
Just can't take it anymore.
Remember Donkey Kong Country? Like, I have the tape from before the game came out. Nintendo sent me the tape. They showed these guys. They went to the zoo in the UK and they scanned the monkeys or whatever, right? And they were like, "We can get this to work, but we have to invest a little bit more money in the chipset." And they put like extra chips on the freaking cartridge on the board for the cartridge, the PCB board.
Yeah.
To make sure that they can have enough data so that they can scan like the images in and have everything running perfectly. They went above and beyond what they needed to do for the Super Nintendo.
Totally. They pushed that thing.
Okay? They did shit that wasn't doable. Now you got these lazy fucking slobs. They have all the tech in the world. Like, do I really have to make this for the Series A? It's like, yes, you fucking do. You have
they don't take
right
advantage
here and you don't want to do it. That's what I'm saying. Like, Nintendo was so good with all this stuff back in the day.
Even the game you're watching right here, remember they were like, we got to launch it at 60. They had to get that 60 out of it, whatever it took. They wanted this new order game to be 60 frames.
So the Xbox One had cores reserved for the Kinect in the APU, and they originally machine games could not get Wolfenstein to run at 1080p 60 on the Xbox One, the fat VCR. So what Machine Games did was they built the game around that core and they got it.
Yep.
And they did it before release. They didn't do it after release. They didn't wait for a patch. They didn't wait 6, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. They didn't go on stage and say, "Oh yeah, we'll do it, don't worry," and they didn't do it. They did it before they released the game. Okay?
They actually cared about the product that they were shipping.
Because they didn't want to ship it out crappy.
Yep.
Those are devs, okay? So, how about the fact that the dev kit does most of the work and they just need to optimize? Exactly. That just shows you how lazy those guys are, man. Greg pulls on the money.
They just don't want to put any extra
deadline. It's not a rush of a deadline because these games keep getting delayed. And even look, Liquor, even after the games come out, they don't fucking patch them anyway.
They say they're going to, and they never do. Or it takes like a year.
EA has the balls to not fix all the versions of the Jedi Survivor and then announce they're going to re-release them on the old platforms.
Yep, which goes to show you that they just do not care about you.
They don't care. Your money. They got the money already, so they're good. Now they're going to make more money selling it on old platforms for people that are too lazy to friggin' upgrade.
They're literally going to take...
If you take their advice, I don't know.
They're literally going to take resources and put it into those old versions after we spent money and can't play the game.
Machine Games did a great job, says Richard. They sure did. It's taken 3 years for Cyberpunk to be fully playable. Right, but nobody's playing Redfall, so in 3 years, they're not going to care.
No, that's like Crackdown. You'll never hear about it
again. People are playing Cyberpunk regardless of the problems, because they just wanted to play it.
Right.
Redfall's been dead since day one.
Yeah, you're never going to see that, hear it. They're never going to market it. That's gone. It's over.
You're never going to get that patch. No way.
It'll sit on the service just as like a thing that's on the service.
It'll be on the service like Crackdown.
Yep, but they'll never go back.
We've been there. We know exactly what's going on.
They all do it. All these companies. Just seeing if there's any other stuff.
There's no Twitter fights.
Sucks. No, nothing's really happening.
Is Core i9 on sale deal with that or what?
Just the Ryzen 7. You want that?
No thanks.
You get a free copy of Starfield though when you buy it.
You get a free copy of Starfield with a broken computer at the end of the day.
You can't play Starfield, but you can have it for free. Yeah, there's nothing going on.
The cooler that Richard wanted me to look at, the DH15 or whatever. Some guy did a benchmark and he goes, the AMD Ryzen still overheats with the stupid cooler.
Oh my god.
I was like, holy. He said his temperatures were getting over 100 degrees, 106 degrees with the DH whatever 15, whatever the fucking thing is called.
You're just asking for your computer to break. But that's what happened to mine. It got so hot and it just fell off at some point. It literally one day was just like, nope, I can't do it anymore.
Avoid AMD, says Richard. I love Crackdown, but I still can't bear to play 3, says Dreadpool. Maybe one day I'll go back to it. Well, you know why, Dread? Because it was a game that they promoted, and it was totally different by the time it came out.
Oh, it was nothing that they promised.
Yeah, and I get where they were going with that cloud thing. That was going to be crazy. But at the end of the day, it didn't turn out like that. And it sucks because they had like Terry Crews and everything as the hype guy. It was great. Everyone was hyped for the game.
Yeah.
But they they only released it to just shove it back under the rug and be done with it. I love my AMD build. I like my Threadripper when it works.
AMD, I look at it like your mileage may vary. Like some people will have a good experience and some people won't. Whereas Intel, you're safe across the board, in my opinion. Like I haven't really seen a lot of problems with it. So it's like, yeah, you might get a good situation, but you might not. So you're taking a risk.
It depends. It depends on what your experience is.
Right. So some people definitely have good experiences with it. Whole cat.
Ooh.
This is a whole cat just walked across the and like stretched like as large as possible.
Yeah. James always likes to get on camera.
I think Richard and Dreadpool are going to fight now.
No.
I've had more problems with Intel. I've had no problems with Intel for over 10 years.
Me neither, but I don't know.
All my problems came from this Threadripper, and I had an all-in-one AMD, and that just didn't last. But again, I mean, it depends. If you have a good experience with AMD, stick with AMD.
Yeah.
I do know that from watching a couple of YouTubers in Florida, a lot of chips just fucking brick over there. And I don't think it's Florida. I think it's whatever allocation is sent to Florida. Or batches of batch. I'm not talking about AMD. I'm talking about Intel, too.
It could be.
You watch, was it Greg Salazar on YouTube? He gets a lot of. They get a lot of broken Intel CPUs in that fucking on that channel.
It happens, yeah.
It does happen. Luckily we've been good over here in New York. Over here, what are you laughing at?
See what Dreadful put?
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Oh man.
Don't come crying to me when you upgrade.
Yeah.
Why would you update to Windows 11? What is wrong with you?
When Windows 12 is out, I still won't upgrade because I don't want to make Carrie mad.
Loud.
He's just going to be on 10 forever.
The fact that he's rocking Windows 10 in 2023 on people's computers, like, I don't even know what to say.
You're getting ripped off if you contract them to build your computer.
It's ripping you off. They want it that way, right? Like the person he's building it for, like maybe they're saying,
yeah, but they'll say I want Windows 11, and he'll be like, I don't see the need for that, so we're not going to do that.
Wow, so he'll just steer him away from it.
Yeah,
he'll be like, I won't support it if you get Windows 11 because it's going to break.
Bro, let me tell you something. His channel was fucking great, and then he went live to get money, and he fucked his whole channel up. And then he started being a dick to people in the chat room. And if you didn't give him money, he fucking ignored you, and he just went worse. It went bad. Dreadpool was there, but you know what?
Miserable.
Dreadpool, Trainwreck, and even Eli. We all left. We all stopped watching for the same reason. And I like Carrie and everything, but come on, man. His channel got played out.
He got cynical and angry.
And everything he said he wasn't going to do, he did.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I'm not an enthusiast. I'm never going to review these mini PC things. And that's all he fucking does every Friday. He reviews mini PC builds. He buys the B-Link thing. He goes on Amazon and buys these things.
Do they send it to him? Or does he buy them?
He buys them. And you know what the balls this guy had? He put in his community tab, "Oh, you all should jump on this. This is such a great deal. An 8 terabyte NVMe for fucking $758 or something." And I'm like, your audience is all fucking senior citizens. No one's pulling their wallet out to buy an 8 terabyte NVMe for almost $800.
They're on fixed
It's
income.
delusional.
Yeah. And what do they need to store? Like,
you go in a chat room, it's a senior citizen home. And then when they pay him and ask him a question, what computer do you recommend? You really shouldn't be asking me this. You should be building your own computer. It's like,
yeah, he was
thanks
being
for the
a total
$10,
ass.
sucker.
When you put that one on for me, he was being such an ass to that guy. I think the guy even said, he's like, I have like a disability and I can't build my own computer.
Yeah, he said, like, I sent Dreadpool that clip.
That's crazy.
He told the guy, like, well, I have people that build computers with no arms or something.
Yeah, like, he was like being such an ass.
What the fuck? The guy is asking you, what do you recommend, so he could go to the store and buy a computer.
Yeah, he wants to like check his email. He just wants something off the shelf.
He's not going to go to Micro Center at fucking 98 years old. Oh, I gotta build a computer today.
I won't eat for 6 months, but I got a 4090 in here. He's gonna eat cat food for 6 months. He's got a 4090. I got an 8 terabyte NVMe. I won't even fill it up before I'm gone.
Oh man.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's like he went from just some dude who is actually knowledgeable about the shit to making like okay videos to just being a dick.
He became like the iPhone, a very professional looking channel, and then became like off the rails. An iPhone now is like for little kids. An iPhone's not even like for freaking business people anymore.
When did you guys stop watching him?
I can't.
Like within the last couple years?
I can't even watch him. Because here's the thing, the chat room is filled with old people, and they all kiss his butt.
Yeah.
You got the same
like
people that donate money.
His ass? Yeah.
And then he had the balls once. I was in the room. This is not recent. It was a couple of years ago. I was like, let me just see what's going on here.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, a lot of people that used to come in here aren't in here anymore, so I assume they all just died. And I'm just like, bro,
that's cynical.
You fucking ran everybody away.
They didn't die. They just wanted to watch something else.
Yeah.
Well, because he knows his audience is all old people, but they weren't all old people. All the young people he ran off. Help me build a computer, Carrie. I need to read my email.
Oh, you need at least a 50 series graphics card to read that email. You need a 14th gen processor.
What are you going to do with it? Oh, and then he would always say, like, fixing old computers is a waste of time. And what's he doing now? He's fixing 10-year-old computers on there and getting them up and running for people. So again, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at him. I'm just explaining like why people left his channel, because he shit on everything that he ended up doing anyway.
And you guys were fans that actually saw him treat his audience like shit. You're not just saying this like out of the blue. Like you witnessed it go down. And so it's like multiple times, you know.
His channel just never recovered from that. You know, like the Tiger King guy, I'll never recover. That was scary.
Oh, yeah. But he never used to act like he was better than people, and now he always acts like he's too good for like anyone. Like he can't be bothered.
He's like disheveled and shit now. And
yeah.
Well, it's probably because is he in the top like PC builders on YouTube, or is there people that are
not anymore?
No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. He was good when he was like pre-recorded.
Oh yeah.
The minute he went live, and I think he should do like live once a week.
But it's the donations. That's why he's always going live.
That's why he's always going live for the donations, but he destroyed his channel that way.
Yeah, because it's like you could always go live, but don't
literally the same shit every week.
Right.
And people that even give him money, he yells at. Or talks down to them.
Or he reads their question like they're stupid. It's like if they're giving you money for a question, just act a little bit more excited. You know? Don't just act like, oh, I've answered this like 60 times. It's like, I got to answer questions too. We all got to answer questions sometimes that we've answered a lot, but if people want to ask them, then you answer it, and that's it. Especially if they spend money.
They're spending money because they feel a connection with you, and they want your opinion, and they want a direct one-on-one. Like if let's say RWK throws me money, he's gonna want me to read his question, and he can always go back now in the thing and see that I directly spoke to him. You know what I mean? Like that's what people want. They want the connection.
That's why live streaming has become such a big thing.
That's what we're here for. That's why there's a feature that exists for that.
This used to be pre-recorded. This show
used to be pre-recorded, and we weren't even going to do camera. But his brother Nick said, "Hey, that's the future. You got to go live, and you got to have camera." And I was like, "All right." So we started doing cam shows, and that's it, man. Like this is where we're at. Talking about who?
What if when he was like, "What do you want to do with it?" If the guy was just like, "I just want to look at naked ladies." That's all he wants the computer for.
Well, there was a guy that was always throwing money at him. And then he called him on the phone once. He was like, "Let's call him." And he's like, "Get it." And he's like, "Oh, so did you cam shows?"
Oh, jeez.
Did you turn on the computer? Kind of
Oh, no.
Did you turn on the computer? Oh, I think I did.
Oh, my
Like, the guy was 100 years old.
Gabby.
But the guy always throws money at him in the chat room.
Yeah, he's scamming old people out of their money.
Yeah.
I don't think he's scamming old people. I just think that people donate and...
Well, they trust his opinion and stuff.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
As long as he's nice to them. But a lot of times he's not nice.
Right.
And then he stops being nice to people.
I should donate, and then when he says something like cynical, I'll be like, "You made me cry." Like this whole thing.
What's his channel? I want to see him. His channel is WWE.com.
I can put it in the Discord.
Actually, Harry Colesman. It's Harry Colesman. That's the person you should be looking up.
I don't even know.
Maybe he should work at Sony. I don't know.
Doesn't he have multiple channels, or no? It's just the one.
Just one. He tried, but he didn't follow up with those other ones, I guess.
I'll put it in the...
I used to love his channel, but I mean, the guy became weird.
He has 383K subs.
There you go. I put it in the YouTube Discord, RWK. Just for you,
especially. Turn on the computer? What? Oh, man. Even Trainwreck left. It's VB. We just stopped watching. We couldn't take it anymore.
Well, you don't want to go watch something and feel bad the whole time. It would be like uncomfortable.
Well, 11 hours of PC build in HD.
Years ago, when I donated money, the guy loved me. And then I donated money one time, and I just said, "Hey," he was talking about Micro Center. They don't have Micro Center over there.
I remember this.
And I said, "Hey, they have Micro Center where I used to live. You know, if I still lived down there, I'd be basically living inside Micro Center." I'm saying that as a joke, like, you know what I mean? And he just goes, "I don't see what the big deal is. I would just go there and shop and go home." And then one of the people from the chat room that was always kissing his fucking butt was like, "Oh, well, so I would just go to the store as well and just go right home. I don't see what the big deal." Like, he basically parroted what he said.
He's like Salacious Crumb.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's pretty shitty. I've donated more money than this scumbag that decided to fucking chew me out. And he was okay with that. He let the guy just bully me in the chat room. So I said, "Fuck this. I'm done."
How hard is it to be like, "Oh, that's really cool. I'd love to check it out."
And I let it go because I did watch a little bit, but I just never donated money again.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I'm good on that because, yeah, the reaction was stale.
And I did. I stayed. I watched. I put it behind me. But then the content just got fucking stale. I was like, why am I here?
It's really lame.
Yeah, that is lame. The guy said he's anti-bullying, and he has his fucking chat room, bully his chat room. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah, just bullies people into leaving his channel forever.
Yeah. I don't understand how you could get like pissed off at that. Like, if someone was like, "Oh, you should really check out Best Buy. It's super cool." I'd be like, "Oh, I'll check it out sometime."
You know what really fucking exposed him? There was a guy that was always throwing money at him, and there was this woman that was there. She was always in the chat, like from day one.
Yeah.
And she was a moderator, and she put the guy in a timeout because the guy said something stupid to her directly. And then fucking Carrie like banned her or took her mod status away or something, like instantly.
Wow.
Because that guy was always throwing him money.
He's got to keep his people happy, I guess.
Yeah, and the other guy apologized to the woman. And then Carrie tried to apologize to her, and she's like, stick your moderator status where the sun don't shine or something. I don't know.
Wow.
And she never went back in there ever again. I never saw her after that. That wasn't cool, man. She was there from like the beginning.
Yeah.
His chat room turned toxic. Yeah, it sure did. It's too bad.
Yeah.
Ask him to make a computer that's powered by potatoes.
Now, this is how you turn it on.
Never watched this guy, but he sounds terrible.
He didn't used to be, but he is now.
He was the best. I still like him as a person, but this chat room sucks.
Who is the one dude who was screaming on that?
That was him yelling at the other guy. Or the other guy was yelling at him.
Yeah, I don't want him.
I still have that clip.
I don't want these clients anymore. Done. I don't want them.
They don't talk anymore.
Well, I was going to say, because shortly after that, you said the guy took a hiatus because he was like having a meltdown.
Yeah, and then the opposite happened years later.
So what was that? So he was part of a show?
He told Carrie to chill out, and Carrie wasn't chilling out, and then they broke up.
And that was on Carrie's channel?
Yeah.
It was its own thing,
the podcast, or was it its own?
Yeah, but the other guy has his own channel, and he goes, "We will never do Tech Vets again." And then Carrie, on his channel, somebody asked him, "When's the next Tech Vets?" This is like a week after the guy said that. And Carrie's like, "Oh, me and Mike will get together soon, don't worry." It's like, wait a minute. The guy last week said it, and it was over.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he didn't watch the other guy's channel, that's why. Paul went out for Carrie, $2 super chat from Dreadpool. Thank you.
Was that whole like breakdown in the episode about like helping older people, like that he was done taking those clientele?
Dude, I don't fucking know anymore. It's such a fucking mess.
It was like something like that. Like I remember you were telling me that it was because of like what we were just talking about, like kind of the older people, not knowing what they're doing, like that type shit.
Help me, Carrie.
Help me, Carrie. You're my only hope.
I'm done taking these clients. I don't want them.
Carrie, what beer and cigarette do you
I'm pretty sure that was.
That'd be incredible.
I'm pretty sure that clip was 10 years ago.
What was the match that Tony Concha put on?
The barbecue match?
No. Tables, ladders, and condoms match.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy versus Rob Van Dam. One more time.
It still doesn't make sense, though. Because, like, I get the tables and ladders, but what are you going to do with the condoms?
Yeah.
Like, throw them at somebody?
You put the guy on the table.
Blow them up as balloons.
You
like
cover them with the condom.
Yeah.
You got to put the condom on him, and then he can jump off the ladder. I don't know. That's a hell of a match on AEW, right? Tony Khan would love that.
Yeah.
Fucking AEW. They're a bunch of fucking idiots over there. I never thought a locker room could be stupid. And boy, that locker room's stupid.
Whole locker room is just dumb.
They bullied somebody off Twitter. Did you know that, Anthony?
Really?
Yeah, they bullied a wrestler off Twitter. All in unison at 6 p.m. on Friday. About 40 tweets went out at 6 p.m. on Friday.
For nothing.
But if you criticize one of their matches, if a fan criticizes one of their matches, they're bullying the wrestlers. Bro, you're wrestlers. You're supposed to threaten to beat the shit out of the fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell?
Not
You're supposed to sell it.
Don't be so mean to me.
It's like, sell your character, you dick. That's what you get paid to do.
They don't care anymore.
Yeah, a bunch of softies.
MJF was naked.
Can you imagine The Rock and Stone Cold and Val Venus and Owen Hart and Kurt Angle all saying, "Oh, hell yeah, Rock, at 6 p.m. we're all going to tweet and bully this guy off Twitter. Oh, Steve, it sounds great. Let's do it."
Stone Cold just flipped people off. He wasn't like, "You're bullying me."
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Every time Vince threatened him, he got scared of Vince.
His whole character would be destroyed.
Yeah.
That's like the whole basis of his character. Stop it, Vince.
It would be, I don't know, man. They'd all be screwed up. The Rock comes out or whatever, cuts his promo, and then Vince comes out and says, "I should fire you, Rock." And Rock goes, "Please, I have a family, Vince. I need to wrestle here. I can't go to WCW. I have a contract with the World Wrestling Federation."
Oh my god. Be horrible.
Oh, man. Twitter is now known as X. Where have you been? It's not X until it's X. It's still Twitter.
Yeah, it just has a different logo.
Yeah.
What happened? I thought the guy that owned it was smart. Apparently not. I have a great idea. Let's rename the whole site X, but it's still called Twitter.
I'm still laughing at Stone Cold.
Why don't you spend a couple of bucks and buy X.com? Then you could say that it's called X.
Or add 2 more X's, and then you could really have a party.
No. Just call it X. Right? If you're going to go X. Because I log in, when I go to the website, it's still Twitter.
Yeah, but somebody must own the other domain. And I'm afraid to type it into my computer.
I am, mister. I got $100 million billion $1,000.
Oh, here goes nothing. Oh, when you type that in, it goes to Twitter.
What?
I'm not even kidding you. I typed in x.com. It took me right to Twitter.
Why isn't it called X then?
They must have bought it. Literally.
Wow.
Today?
Recently. Probably. That's so weird. You literally just said it. And it worked.
I'm winning the Powerball on Friday.
Yes, please.
For the Mega Millions. Whatever the other guy in Florida didn't win is what I'm going to win.
You know why he's doing this? He founded X.com in 1999. The guy. So he just is reusing his own. He owned it probably
how come
already.
It still says Twitter.com when you go to X.com?
I don't know.
He's got to mask that, so it just says X.com.
That's so lame, though. That I don't know. Stupid.
So whatever. When you retweet, you re-X? No, it's reposting, I believe now.
Re-X?
Yeah, repost.
Well, he's less of an idiot now.
It still says retweet when I hover over the thing.
So it's retweet? Yeah, so you got to fix your whole UI, man.
At least now it makes more sense.
He's what you call a lazy dev. Shit.
How hard is it to change the text?
How was it hanging out with Randy Quaid last weekend? Well, it's funny you say. So he actually showed up, right? And he was charging $100, right?
Zelda.com used to be a porn site. It's VB. Until Nintendo bought it.
I have the... I gotta pull up this picture.
in Computer Lab in like 97, 98.
Yeah.
We went to Zelda.com because we thought that it was... Because they had like Mario.com and Nintendo.com. This Zelda.com, it was fucking porn.
Oh my god.
And Nintendo had to buy it.
It's so bad.
And HulkHogan.com was a devil worshipping website.
Oh my god.
I'm not even
That's
kidding.
pretty accurate, though.
You would type HulkHogan.com and there's a picture of a devil on there.
Oh, man.
And it wasn't him. He had to end up buying that domain.
So, if you guys want to hear a funny Randy Quaid story.
Let's hear it.
So, he was charging $100 for an autograph, right?
That's absurd, but okay.
The first day, so when he showed up. So, I'm friends with one of the dudes who ended up helping handle his table, and this is what he told me. So, he's sitting there, and then, like, you know, they ended up changing it because the wife was like, yeah, this takes a little bit too long. We should actually charge a little bit extra. So, if you wanted a quote, it was an extra $40. If you wanted the character name on it, it was an additional $40 on top of that. If you wanted it personalized, it was another $40.
This is what's going to kill these conventions, man. These fucking guys.
Does anyone even know who he is anymore? Like,
I mean,
what
he
the
has
heck?
no clue.
And guess what? He was so
him and his wife still squatting in houses and
crazy
stealing
fucking
everything.
Story, dude. He would just fucking leave his table, right? And my one friend who's there at the table, he's like calling, right? He's calling the fucking agent. He's like, yo, he has to come back down here. He has like 20-something people in his line. They all left, and there's like 4 people, and then the agent's like, what the hell? You said there was 25 people. He's like, yeah, they were waiting for you to come back, and you never came back. Like, you didn't come down. Like, no shit, people are leaving your
he's
line.
a massive
So, yeah.
drug addict anyway, so
that's why he has no money. He's literally leaving money on the table.
And it was so bad because when he walked in the first day before he did this price shit, people were cheering. And I was like, oh, fuck you guys. Because you guys cheered when his sign got taken down when he didn't show up. So it's like, you fucking hypocrites. But, you know, that's beside the point.
Everyone, yeah.
But yeah, so imagine that, though. Because everyone that signs autograph, I'm just letting you know, putting a quote in the character name, like, that's just like included in the price. That's usually not. Now here's the thing. I've seen people do this additional shit before. The only other person that I've seen do it, unfortunately, is Christopher Lloyd. Like, he would be like, "Oh, Great Scott, that's an extra 40. Oh, you want to put the like I've seen that before.
Yeah, you know, like I said, this is gonna kill the conventions if these guys keep acting stupid.
But it's like he was the only
one.
one.
Now, people at this point, man.
Who would pay that much for Randy Quaid, though?
It's not the fans' fucking fault that you blew all your fucking money years ago. That's your problem.
Yeah. Why
we gotta pay for your mistakes? And by the way, those movies are owned by the studios, right? So is he legally allowed to portray those characters? And it's like singing "Happy Birthday." You can't do that, right? It's copyrighted.
People still do it, though.
So, they get fined. So why don't these actors get fined? If they got to write Great Scott, Universal should be like, wait a minute. You're not Doc Brown. You can't write that on there.
Marty, that would be a $500. No, yeah, it's like...
Yeah, he'll really jump in a DeLorean and fix that shit.
What if the guy's name really is like Marty?
I have to go back and not charge people money for that.
Well, I don't know, because...
It's your kid's party. They got sued out the ass.
Personalization is always an option, and they usually don't charge, like, you know, Kiefer Sutherland was charging $100, right? So, but I don't think he was charging extra, like, if you wanted to put your name on it. He would just sign the name. Like,
But I can't even believe people would pay $100 for Randy Quaid. Like that, there was even people there willing to do.
Christmas Vacation. That's what everyone's.
You want to know what looks more pathetic here too? Here, look, ready? I have a picture of it. Look, that's how it was. So like the first day, and you can see where the blue scribbles were. That's what they added. It's like 40, 40, 40, and then all other items is $120. Which means if you wanted something else, it was an additional.
You know what you have to get them to sign?
That's not going to do it, Clark.
No. Listen to what you have to get them to write. Have them quote, "The aliens abused him sexually."
That's like $300 right there.
Yeah, it's $300.
At least $300.
I just thought it was interesting that the wife was like, "That takes too much. That takes too long. Let's
Well, they have no money. That's why. So they're probably
trying to.
They used to. I don't know if you know this, Anthony. Him and his wife used to break into houses and squat there until the owners would throw them out.
And that's the thing, Stevie Mac. Corey Taylor was only charging, I think, $80, which wasn't too bad. And that's crazy to say that's not too bad nowadays. I mean, it's a lot, but like he was reasonable. And Corey again will actually sign personalized shit, not charge you, or whatever. Like, I don't know. But I worked with Harry Hamlin, and he was really nice. He did pretty well, for a lot of people coming up from Clash of the Titans. I mean, a lot of people really fuck with that movie.
How long till Carrie works Monster Mania?
And it was so funny. The singer of Slipknot, which is Corey Taylor, who we're talking about, his agent was the same agent that was for Harry. So she came over and she was like, "Yeah, this autograph's for Corey," because Corey was like a huge fan. He was marking out apparently, so that he was there. So we wanted to get an autograph. So that was kind of funny. Keith David was just hanging in the lobby,
King
just
David,
like singing.
The Xbox guy.
Yeah, Keith David, the Arbiter, and obviously fucking
Oh, the Arbiter. Okay, that guy. Okay.
A million other roles that he's done. Yeah, he's been around, but yeah, it was so funny.
You should have him sign the Jason Goes to Hell DVD. Be like, "You were great in this movie." That wasn't him. That's like a bootleg guy. That's like the WCW version of him.
Or...
That's like me bringing him like Die Hard with a Vengeance. Be like, "Yo, man, you were great in this movie."
What the hell is this? No, but the guy in Freddy vs. The guy in Jason Goes to Hell looks like him. Just a fat version.
No, it kind of does. Honestly, yeah, it does, because he had the facial hair and everything. He had the right like goatee. Like,
it's a WCW version of him.
Yeah.
What if he just took the money anyway and signed it just to get the money? Like, he's not gonna correct.
He said, "LOL, don't do that."
It was so funny. Jackie Earle Haley just looks like some geek. He literally just looks like a nerd with the glasses. He's just like, yeah.
He looks like somebody painted a painting and the painting walked off the canvas. Like, that's what he looks like.
That's accurate.
He looks like the fucking guy from Devil's Rejects. The fucking clown-looking guy.
Yeah, Sid Haig.
He's probably gonna play him and fucking ruin that movie too.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah,
Captain Spaulding, right? That's his name.
Yeah, Captain Spaulding.
Yeah, at Jackie Earle Haley is Captain Spaulding.
Yeah, Ron Perlman didn't yell about a fan. They put him in the other room. That room was ice cold, so I think he was fine this time. MJF was there for one day. He was like, he was completely in gimmick, but people really loved him. People put him over. He was signing kids' faces and shit like that. If people try to touch the belt, he would like open their figures and shit. It's just like he was in character, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, wait till somebody knocks him the fuck out for opening like a $5,000 figure.
Well, people that do it are in on it. You know what I mean? So it's like like they want to see that happen. Like someone literally like brought back the ripped up picture that he did, like brought it back in a frame or some shit. You know what I mean? It's like people go crazy for that. But apparently he was only there for one day.
The gimmick is real when someone pulls a gun out and shoots him.
Well,
sign this. No.
Yeah. No.
You ripped my painting.
I'm trying to think of anything.
Read that
else.
in art class.
It was kind of cool, you know what I mean?
You ripped the horn off my Norwald.
He literally brings a live narwhal to be signed.
The freaking like the little stuffed ones.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant somebody literally carted in a live narwhal. Please sign my narwhal. Just like help get me back to the ocean.
It's a work.
But Randy Quaid's supposed to. Go ahead.
RWK with a $1.99 super chat. You're all too funny. Well, we'll keep going. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying Randy Quaid's supposed to come back for the Hunt Valley show in Maryland, which is our next show, and I'm like, I don't even want him back, man. Like,
go right up to him, be like, yo,
he wasn't there. What's the point of that? Like, Ric Flair did that too, but
walk right up to Randy Quaid, be like, yo, motherfucker, you were good in Independence Day, but your time is up.
Yeah, like why are you gonna
now?
You're gonna charge me an extra $40 just to put my name? Like,
did anybody have him sign a copy of Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure?
Someone had a 8x10 from that.
Oh, really?
So, yes.
Wow.
So I think he actually had it on his table. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Dark Side of the Ring episode.
And it was so weird because
it's a work.
So so it was he was like in the middle of the room, kind of like by like the door or whatever. So I would see his line, and again he would just leave. And dude, Heather Langenkamp was like right next to me. Her line was consistent like the whole fucking weekend. Like it didn't even
the fucking
die
movie,
down.
Man. That's it.
Yeah. And I was able to get an updated picture with her, so I gotta post that too. That was
Does
cool.
She know you by
really
now,
nice.
or she just was like,
she did. I mean,
okay.
she's just kind of she came over to say hi to Harry, and she was like a big fan. But then he was like, "Who is this Heather Langenkamp?" He didn't. He didn't even know Harry Hamlin. Yeah, Harry Manfredini didn't want the. He didn't know the horror like shit. He didn't even really. He's like, I've seen The Exorcist. I've seen Night of the Living Dead, but that's about it. He's like, I don't really.
Harry Hamcheeks. What's the guy's name?
Harry Hamlin. Yeah.
Hamlet.
He's from Clash of the Titans. That's what people know him from.
He takes a sword and slices his ham.
Yeah, it takes off Medusa's head, in the movie. But yeah, it was cool though. But yeah, she was consistent all weekend. Randy Quaid not so much because he wasn't there. Again, he pulled a Ric Flair. He just let people on the line, while people were just waiting. And then it's like, well, you can't be surprised if people leave.
They should handcuff these people to the fucking tables. Be like, you're staying here. You're signing all this shit.
Dude,
and then
honestly,
you're getting paid and then you're leaving.
Honestly, they should do a contract or a deal saying you must be at your table for
that doesn't matter. They can't sue him anyway. He's got no money. What are they going to sue him for? The $50 he put in his pocket?
I mean, I don't really know why a lot of people, again, they sit there and we know people that actually had stuff, that they wanted to get signed by Randy, and when they heard the price stuff, or
what if you drove there just to meet him and that was it?
Oh yeah, with Randy Quaid, yeah, it was like and the one time when he didn't even show up, it's like people that wanted to get shit signed. And then you cancel, and then you come back, and then not only do you come back, but you pull this shit. They're just like, all right, well, I'm just going to put my money back, and I was going to get X amount of items signed. Now I'm just going to get.
And that
like,
hurts the convention too, because then they won't go next time.
It was not. It honestly. It was just
people leave feeling ripped off, and that's not good. Like they're upset.
It was a really shitty move, honestly, especially because
who booked this? Tony Khan.
Imagine being there Friday and then you show up Saturday and the price change. And apparently, I think it was Lou Diamond Phillips and someone else raised their prices on the second day.
That guy's still alive? Holy shit.
Yeah. Yep.
He was in Unorganized Crime.
And Stand By Me, right? He was in that.
Let me know when Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo do one of those. I'd rather see them.
I heard Chevy Chase is a dick. But I also heard that about William Shatner, and he was really nice. So, like, I don't, I don't know. You don't know until you meet them or if they're in a bad mood.
Here's the thing. A lot of these guys don't want to do these conventions to begin with.
No.
But they have to do it because they got to make a few bucks.
Yeah. For Harry, it was like his first Monster Mania, but it was only his 4th show ever. And he really it was really chill. He bought me like dinner and shit like that. He really nice guy,
Oh man. He liked it, awesome. Huh?
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, because I mean, when he took a break,
what happens after he buys you dinner?
Restaurant. Yeah, I know, right? That's
when the real Monster Mania.
That's when the real Monster Mania begins. Yeah, that's the after party. No, it was.
When will Carrie be part of Monster Mania?
He'll be coming probably in the next couple of years.
Put him next to Ron Perlman.
He'll be like the Iron Sheik when he used to just randomly appear.
Hey, that cooler's overheating. It's getting hot in here.
Imagine people are like, "Can you sign my power supply, Gary?"
Turn the computer off. I'm getting hot.
And you know who they actually have? So they actually have someone though. Maryland's going to be interesting because they actually have someone who was banned from the Cherry Hill show, and it's Corey Feldman
from the Xbox Live. Corey Feldman.
Yeah, he's going to be at the
Donatello's band. Why is he?
Yeah,
banned?
we thought allegedly he threw a TV out a window. Allegedly, like he pulled some crazy shit. I don't know if that is the word on the street or if if that's something that may or may not have happened. I can't confirm or deny that. I don't know, but this was years ago. I'm talking like 15, 16 years ago. He did some crazy party shit, got banned from that hotel. This hotel is a different hotel. It's in Maryland. It's away. So they got him booked for this because they kind of had a semi like Lost Boys reunion thing at this last show. So they're kind of trying to do that as well. But, I also heard he's a nut. So I don't know what's going on.
Of course, Donatello's unstable.
And then in Oaks in PA this year, it's probably going to be a Scream reunion. Like, Nev Campbell, Skeet Ulrich, David Arquette, all that stuff. You know who was also to the left of me? The killer in Scream 6? He was making a killing, too. The older dude, he was to the left of me. It was like him, Harry Hamlin, Heather Langenkamp, and then Randy Quaid was like in the center. But yeah, I forget that dude's
name. You better make as much money as you can because once 7 comes out, no one's going to care about his ass.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, he was consistent all fucking weekend. I was like, oh my God.
I am Dewey. And he wasn't Dewey.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was interesting to see that, especially because, like you said, the movie just came out. So I was thinking, but you know who they also have for Maryland, which I'm excited for. I can't wait. Thomas Jane. Like, I'm fucking excited.
That guy, the Punisher, who cares?
I care. I loved him as the Punisher.
Yeah, guess what? He don't love you back.
He probably doesn't, but guess what? I would definitely like to either get a photo op with him or something, if I can. And I never get photo ops, but it'd be cool.
Would you sign my steroids bottle?
Oh, shit. But yeah, those are some funny. Nothing crazy happened though. Nothing. Yeah, exactly.
You know what you should do? Meet Thomas Jane.
Nothing like that happened. Exactly.
And be like, man, just like the Punisher, I had to kill a bunch of people to get here.
Have him sign like
because of you. I took Taekwondo and I learned how to throw knives. Just tell him the weirdest shit to freak him out. He'll never do the convention ever again.
Yeah, just make him not show up. In
your honor, I named my pet animals after you.
It's so creepy.
Oh man. Yeah,
my dogs, Thomas and Jane.
I'm really excited to to see. I mean, again, he probably won't be signing for staff, but I'll pay for whatever. You know what I mean?
My pet rats, Thomas and Jane. That's even creepier.
Because of you, I accidentally stabbed my landlord. Because he stabbed Kevin Nash, remember? For real?
It's sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I that's still my favorite Punisher, and yeah, man. I mean, that'll be really cool. It's something different,
Just tell him, Dolph Lundgren was better than you. Fuck you. Who the fuck are you?
I was thinking about going up to Jackie or Haley and just making a joke, but I didn't want to do that.
What? Tell me,
seems like a nice guy,
bro. You look like somebody painted a fucking portrait and you walked right off the canvas over there. That's not nice.
He's such a tiny little guy. I'm like, this guy's Freddy. I mean, I know Robert Englund wasn't like tall either, but I was like, man, the camera really does make you look like taller than you really are. The way they could shoot it.
Dude, Freddy was shorter than Nancy in that fucking movie.
No, literally. I seriously
Yeah, I
think, like,
know.
dude, he was small.
I know he's small.
When you see it in person, you're just like, dude, this dude looks like he's like Freddy's bodyguard. Like, not Freddy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is this?
He looks like the fucking Freddy puppet in Dream Warriors that was on the wall.
Yeah. Yep. That's him. That's him.
David R. with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
Go Gadget Computer Fun. Well, there you go.
Nice.
Start rapping the LL Cool J song from Deep Blue Sea to Thomas Jane.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Deep Blue Sea. That was a
Yeah,
good
he was
movie.
in that. He was in that.
He was?
Yeah.
What? That was a twist ending, huh? You thought that the lady was gonna make it?
Yeah.
She gets killed right at the end.
That was a great movie for
and
the
fucking
times.
Paul Walker and LL Cool J survive. Dolph had some awesome monologues in 90s Punisher. I have that on Blu-ray.
That was the 80s Punisher, right? Because that was
Yeah.
the 80s. I think it was 89, 88, something like that. Late 80s.
Something like that. I had to import it from the UK because it wasn't here. It wasn't out here at the time when it.
I remember finding it on YouTube, and I thought it was so weird. I almost thought it didn't exist. I thought it was like fake.
WPIX Channel 11 would always air these movies back in the day.
Wow.
They aired all the Freddy movies. They aired Punisher, and then before it was UPN, it was Channel 9. They would always air like Terminator 1 and shit like that.
Yeah, I remember seeing it first on YouTube, and I was like, "What is this?" I never saw that version. My video store never had it. I never saw it, and it just ended up being something I saw on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so this is a different one." That's why I learned about it. I learned about a lot of shit through YouTube, just going down the rabbit hole back then when YouTube like was fresh, 05, 06.
All right.
People would upload clips back then. It was like they were able to,
The Scream Channel, which were the Friday the 13th movies. Well, that's how I got over the fear of Freddy. I would watch them on Channel 11.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was like, all right, I'll get the tapes. I'll rent the tapes and I'll watch them like for real. And that's how I got used to Freddy. And same thing with Jason. They would air the Jason movies and shit too. And then I would rent the tapes and I'd be like, okay, there's nothing wrong with these.
Yeah, I would try to just watch them either with my dad or then I would watch them by myself eventually. The Scream movies were the first ones where I used to like watch them by myself just on repeat over and over again.
I will tell you, I went with his sister to see Scream. And dude, once that intro hit and it showed Scream on the title and you heard the phone ringing and the girl screaming, I was like, do I want to sit here and watch this or should I just get up now and fucking leave?
Yeah, that's scary.
Like, that's how scary that intro was. It wasn't the fact that the girl got gutted. It was the fucking intro that scared the shit out of me. Which screamed. You hear the heart beating, you hear the phone going off, you hear the girl screaming.
And it's loud in the theater.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. How gory is this going to get? And the movie's like one of the best movies ever made, so.
Yeah, I think I saw 3 or 2 first, and then I went backwards and watched them all. So yeah, big influence for sure, watching those movies in that era. And then I got Scary Movie as well. Just that era,
Scream 1 was the first. I can't read because of my heart. Scream 1 was my first great horror experience. Good. It was the best movie to have that.
Yeah, everything was burned into my brain after seeing stuff like that, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm in on this teen slasher era." And the fact that it was only a couple years old at that time, well, especially Scream 3, was pretty funny, because it was like it was just that era. And then I found out about, obviously everything else. I rented the Boogeymen compilation disc that had all the horror clips on it, and that was it, man. That was the gateway. That's when everything opened up for me. I was like, all right, I got to find all these movies now.
Well, there you go. Jackie really Haley, tell him, hey man, you fucked up Nightmare on Elm Street, you fuck.
Randy Quaid will charge you $300 before you even leave his table, and that's it, and that's that. No crazy stories, but we'll see. We'll see how Hunt Valley. Maybe Corey Feldman will throw a TV out this window in Hunt Valley. We'll see.
As long as it doesn't land on anyone.
He'll say, I think I just swallowed a frog.
Yeah.
He said that in Ninja Turtles 3 when he came back. All right, let's pull up the Patreon. We'll pull up the members, and then we'll get out of here. Unless there's any breaking news, you might want to check real quick.
I've been checking off and on, but I'll double check now.
Double check now, because anything could happen. New Zealand approved the Xbox deal, just in case you didn't know that. But
there's
at this
only
point,
2 countries left.
At this point, it doesn't even matter.
Nope.
Excuse me. Again, man, how do you see who the hell's your sponsor? Active. Well, I thank our sponsors over on Patreon: JB Zombie 89, Abo, Hockey Fan, and Captain Catch. Thank you for being sponsors of the Game Complainers podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I want to go to YouTube. Check our YouTube members out. I know you can't see us. That's a Windows problem.
There it is. Cannibal Ritual.
Cam May, what's up, man?
What's up, Cam?
What's up? All about the Boogeyman DVD back in the day. So let's go to studio.
2002 this was put out.
Yep.
I'm sorry, 01.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Remember that guy?
Yeah, buddy.
The guy from Storage Wars. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Dave Hester.
Dave Hester, yeah.
Dave Hugh Hefner. What's his name?
Now, that's something I haven't thought about in a long time.
Yep. Guy sounds so stupid.
Oh, you know what movie messed me up on this back then? The Dentist, dude.
Oh.
That movie's fucked up.
How do I view who are my... Oh, wait. Memberships. There you go. So for the Super Chats tonight, I want to thank Thunders Productions, Dreadpool, RWK, and David R. Thank you for the Super Chats tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate the support.
So memberships. I want to thank the following members, and Nick Noguera is responsible for a lot of these memberships, so thank you again to Nick.
Thank you.
So I want to shout out to Quinn Grimm, Abo, RWK, DJ, Wesson, Cam May, Grayson, Stevie Mac, Carlos, Richard, It's VB, Hockey Fan, Nick Noguera once again, and Liquor Sandwich. Thank you for being members of the Game Complainers YouTube channel.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate everything. So, are there any final questions? I'll give you guys like a minute, and then we'll head on out of here. Thank you, Nick, says Cam May. Seeing that, giving me such a nostalgia trip.
Yeah, it's the old days. I remember I think I rented either the tape or the DVD of it. I think it was on tape, but I just remember that was it, man. It was a big gateway. I remember the first time I ever saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the ending scene because it was on this DVD, and my dad was saying how like it came out and
yeah, Robert Englund's like, "That's away, buddy," or whatever, and then like, it like freezes and then cuts to the next clip.
Yeah, because the I think it was the Tina scene, I believe, and again I remember seeing that for the first time. With his like, I just remember the arms, man, like that.
You
like
had that Boogeyman DVD
right here.
Yeah, you gotta have me rip that.
Yeah, but yeah, this is it, man. And
doesn't that go for a shit ton of money now?
No, honestly, it's not too rare. It's not too bad. I'm sure they made a bunch of this, but this has the interactive DVD, the audio commentary by Robert Englund.
I used to watch that thing. What happened was, I had his sister's boyfriend had it, and I borrowed it, and I used to watch the DVD all the time, but I gave it back. So yeah, I got to definitely get a rip of that.
Yeah,
put it on my home theater. Just because Robert Englund, he narrates all the clips.
Yeah,
and he throws in digs sometimes. It's funny.
Yeah, it's a cool piece of history. It reminds me of that time right before, Freddy vs. Jason. Like right around that time, a couple years before.
In
but
4 days, Freddy vs. Jason is 20.
Wow,
crazy.
August 14th. The 14th or 15th?
I think it was the 15th.
Yeah, the 15th.
Because Uptown Girls turns 20 as well. That came out the same day. Well, in 5 days, it turns fucking 20. You think it will come out late? 2024? What?
Oh,
RE5 and RE9 coming out. I think RE9 will be out next year.
Yeah, I think they'll probably announce something.
RE5 might be 2025, or it might be for the 30th anniversary, 2026. Unless they just delay 9 until 2026 and do 5.
We'll see. I think separate ways.
2025 or something.
Separate ways what happened.
Yeah, separate ways could separate their ass cheeks at this point, because I ain't heard shit about that.
Yeah, I know. Well, believe me, we didn't get anything at that PlayStation event. We got fucking,
Richard says Freddy vs. Jason will one day be 70 years old, and people will look at it the same way we look back at Frankenstein meets Wolfman. Yes.
It's only 50 years from now.
Jesse making a rare appearance.
Oh, hello.
Freddy versus Jesse.
I like how he popped right up. Like
yeah. It's like, why are you streaming?
We still got 115 people in here. Holy shit!
What the
Holy
hell?
moly!
We did good. We'll be gone by then. We sure will, but until we get there, let's worry about what's going on today.
50 years? We could still make it.
I can't make it. I'll be way gone.
You never know.
Nah. My genetics fucked me over.
Imagine, we'll just be super old. Like, I turned 70.
Well, what sucks is we're not going to make it to 2099, and 2099 is when they're going to release all the 2099 Marvel movies.
No, I don't think anyone can make it to 2099. I'll be 108 in 2099, so I don't know if I can make it. I'll try,
it's
but...
coming. That's why I'd like a 2099 Marvel comic universe now, while I'm still around.
Yeah.
Do it now.
But they're going to play the gimmick. So they're going to do it.
Freddy vs. Casual Cali.
I'll be 91 in 50 years.
So you could make it.
No, not me. That's what Trainwreck said in the chat.
Well, he could make it too.
Whatever.
Just so we could live to see Freddy vs. Jason be 70. Yeah. That's the only reason to live.
That's the only reason. Ronnie Yu will be proud. He'll be long gone. Ronnie Yu.
I wanted to make the Freddy vs. Jason like the WWF.
And then I said gasoline barrels.
By then, Microsoft might finally release some games. By then, there might not be any games.
Who knows?
You're
making me yawn now.
I just took my heart medicine a little while ago, and that knocks you out, so... That's why. I want Jason versus Michael Myers. Well, wish in one hand and shit in the other and see what happens first. Alright, because that doesn't look like it's happening ever.
Only in Terradrome.
Are we showing this Shrek photo?
Oh God. Are we gonna get in trouble?
And then we got this one here.
That is pretty cool, though.
The Shrek birthday cake? Yeah, I know. I gotta delete these from OBS. Look at this one. This one, I think Abo might like this poster right here. This poster, this picture. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that cool?
I love that.
Alright, well, I am avoiding the new Exorcist trailer, to be honest. What do you think, Anthony? Is that good or not?
It doesn't really... It doesn't look very good, but I'm kind of... You know, I don't think you'll ever be able to beat that film. And even if this one's not trying to do that, I'm okay. You know, but I might have to end up going to see it. But you know, if I go see it, it'd be to review it. But even then, I don't know if I'd actually want to do that. So it doesn't look very good.
Well, as the Medea air conditioner cools the room, we're gonna cool off and get out of here. So
sounds good.
How many shows are you good for, Frank? Until what? The beginning of September?
Assuming everything goes as planned, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5.
5 episodes already?
Yeah, because we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah,
all
probably.
Right, so 510.
5 maximum.
509 or 510 is his last show. So
if I make it that long, yeah, that's the plan. So we'll see.
And then we have to figure out. I don't know if people want to guest co-host until I gotta make sure my other guy works out. But if anybody wants to be on, let me know. Move things around. I don't know if you want to just get the notes for me during the day.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'll try. I don't know if I'm going to be like awake at certain times, but I'll try.
Right, don't worry about it.
It just all depends.
You're going to get the old game complainers when Frank's not here because me and Anthony are just going to fucking wing it.
Retro throwback.
I mean, I could try to compile some stuff too. I mean, like, you know what I mean? If it's...
You're busy though. It's not a big deal. Well, you know what we'll do? We should change it up a little bit. We should go live and read like Twitter and see what the fuck everyone's complaining about.
And just riff on it or something.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of the time too, we'll all post stuff in the chat, and I just, as stuff comes through, like when you told me about the Red Dead thing, I just wrote it down then, and then I just like, so we usually just talk about stuff anyway.
You know what? The chat room can always help out like they usually do. They'll bring up topics and be like, hey, you guys should talk about this.
Yeah, what they do anyway, usually.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down for that, honestly. Whatever works.
Bruce, it's Vince.
We'll take it on.
Maybe that format will be more popular.
I gotta have neck surgery, Bruce. I can't come back. Bruce, what are you fucking crazy? Time to shake things up, Bruce.
Shake it up.
Don't doubt it one bit. Alright, so we will catch you guys later. I'll be streaming tomorrow at some point. And everyone stay safe out there. Take care. Thank you again for watching. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to the members. Thank you for the super chats.
Thanks, guys.
Everyone, have a great night. Or more.
Take care, everyone. Have a good one.
All right, bye. These suckers, they always leave early. I'm kidding. All right, so I will catch everybody later. Have a good one. Peace. Take care, everybody. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, subscribe to Dreadpool's channel. Subscribe to Back from the Dead 1's channel. Subscribe to It's VB's channel. Subscribe to Anthony's channel. Subscribe to Jesus' channel. Subscribe to Mike Mullis' channel. Subscribe to everybody's channel. Who else's channel? I don't think there's anybody else in there. Okay, whatever. Subscribe to everybody's freaking channel.